we had last week. We have seen now both sides head out to do the toss of the coin. The sides in it today's game. We got the 6-1-1 Centurions. They are second on the ladder, locked into second. We know that that's going to be the position now with the win in the earlier game by the Wolves. They secure 7-1-1, top of the table, and have the tiebreaker. The other team in this game is the Gladiators, who through this season, 8 weeks in, yet to have a win. They are just as ready to try and accept a win today as they have been any other day. Nothing changes for them, still trying to get that win on the board. And the Centurions down here firing up. They are not willing to lose a game at this stage of the season either. Manjot Melly, welcome back, mate.
Hey, good to be back up here. Just had to get a few more fluids. You know, I've been suffering through hay
You
fever
poor buggy,
today.
you've been so crook.
Yeah,
and here he is, like a warrior. Week 9, last week of the regular season, and Manjot's still here trying to make sure he gets game time.
Look, they say this one's maybe out of reach for the Gladiators, but Matty, they want to be finishing off the season with at least one win. They'll try their best.
Of course. Well, just talking to Jesse Date, and he was sort of, just doing the thing that you expect a coach of a young side to do, to, sing the praises of his young players, of the veterans who've helped bring some of the young players on. But even he was saying, might have a couple of surprises up the sleeve, so Centurions better not think this is just an average Gladiators performance they're about to go up against today. I like the sound of that. How about you?
Yeah, I'm liking the sound of that, and looking at who returns first, Matty C, we have Brody Norris opening kickoff. And Norris going to take it out. Norris cuts through the middle. You know, he's got one this season all the way, but he's going to get up to the 35. He's going to bring up 1st and 10. Gladiators starting with the football. Matty, very interesting hearing from both sides. The Gladiators looking to end the season on a high today.
It'd be really nice to see them put up another good performance too, because we've seen them put up performances that really aren't supported by the scoreline.
Yeah.
And last time we saw these guys play the Centurions, they ended up getting handily beaten.
Yeah.
But gee, that first half, they were every bit in that game. So last week too, we saw them play fairly well. We saw Bailey McManus complete his highest rate of the season as well.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things about the side that are on the up, even if the results aren't wins.
So here it is. 1st and 10. For McManus, you got Bennett at the top of the screen. Handoff goes to Butterfield. And Butterfield gets a good carry for the first down.
That's an excellent run. They're going to give him the full first down as well. I'm very happy about that, because it looked like you could have marked him a little short if you wanted to. It looked like where his knee was, but I like that they just gave it to him. Good on you, John.
Yeah, they'll get that first down. Good start for the Gladiators. Haven't had that much positivity in the last few games, but they have
been tough.
It's been tough with a couple of games where they could have won against the Stars, but that eventually means they didn't win in the end, and just couldn't hold on, Matty C. But it's good. They've been having some good signs to end the season. Let's see if they can get something in terms of wins today. As McManus back to throw, looking over the middle. Humphreys almost intercepted there by Lockie Clark.
Yeah, bounced just off his hands. I think that was a bit of surprise that it got to him more than anything else. And the pass to me was a little surprising too. He sort of feels like McManus saw something in the middle of the field. Norris had all the space in the world to run out to here if he just wanted to offload to the running back coming out to this near side of the field.
It's 2nd and 10, Matty C. Here for the Gladiators. Got Bennett at the top of the screen. Humphreys and Casey at the bottom of the screen. Norris in the backfield. 6 linemen today. McManus back to throw, looking over the middle for Casey. Incomplete, and Clark lurking again.
Yeah, and Clark read that like a magazine in a waiting room. He just knew what was happening there. It is almost as if he was in the huddle. He immediately came charging forward to that and sniffed it out pretty quick. But Casey did a good job finding a bit of space in there. Just couldn't get it in his hands.
Yeah, and how about that? Lockie Clark playing at safety today instead of his usual corner spot with Ben Wells not there today. So 3rd and 10 coming up here for the Gladiators.
No Ben Wells would be a huge relief for any team playing this Centurions team. He would be very close to a defensive MVP this year. Donnie Saunders, who's on the near side of this line, would be the other guy.
Oh, they moved early.
Yeah, a little early. They've just got so many great defensive producers on this side. And gee, it's not bad having the depth to just go, well, we don't have our usual safety. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put Lachlan Clark at safety. Yeah, that you don't lose anything when you move Lachlan Clark to safety.
That's a Gladiators false start. Moves it back to 3rd and 15. Yes, Matty, as you were saying, don't really lose much for Clark back there.
Gosh, it's not a bad shift, is it? Oh, no Ben Wells. Well, I guess we'll have to put Lockie Clark back there. And that's terrible. Gee, I wish my problems were that big.
Here it is, 3rd and 15. Oh, McManus was expecting it. Butterfield cleans it up. But boy, 4th and 20 coming up, Matty C. Loss of 5. Yeah, not a great end to that drive, really.
No, they've got such a nice start, and now they're pretty much back where they started off, back on the 36-yard line. They started this drive on the 34, so they're going to end up with only 2 total yards on the drive, and Jesse Date is out there to kick it away. Encouraging they got a first down on that one, but nice work there by Dundas Smith to get across and clean that up and affect the tackle. They're about to get the possession here, Centurions, and they've managed to avoid any real difficulties.
And Jermaine Stewart deep to receive this return. Ball over the head. Chasing down to Siemka. Date holds on. Date's going backwards. He'll be down at the
Looks like about
9.
the 7.
Oh, the 7, Matty C is saying. So make it first and instant goal to go range, Matty C. And this is probably the dream start here for Matt Lure. Listening in the pregame huddle, he wants perfection today.
Yeah, the numbers he was throwing around in there, what he wants his defense to procure in extra possessions, you could almost say this is one.
Yeah.
And then the amount of offensive production he demands in terms of touchdowns. He might be about to soar some of that number as well. Both ambitious numbers.
Yeah.
But you hear the way he was talking to the team about this is a real chance to show the dominance, right?
Yeah.
They did get handily beaten last week, and it clearly left a mark.
First, a goal to go here at the 7-yard line. See what they can do here. Mango Jackson in the backfield. Receiver at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Moving Zadrunka in motion. Moving him around. Handoff. Here goes Mujali, who's in the backfield, and he gets taken down by Pinocchio. And Pinocchio is going to get a gain. Sorry. Mujali's about to get a gain there, Macy.
Yeah, Mujali will gain a couple of yards. They're going to spot that ball inside the 5. Going to give him maybe 2-3 yards.
So Mujali in the backfield. H back in there for the Centurions as Kennett awaits the snap.
Yeah, they were using Lane Woods as a H-back at times last week, and here he is again. Oh,
And
bang.
keep Zadrunka! He's going to go in! Touchdown, Centurions! There's Johnny Zadrunka, the guy they usually use as a kicker, scoring points in another way, getting a touchdown catch, Matty C.
I can't tell you how exciting that is. I'm pretty sure that's Johnny Z's first ever receiving touchdown. He's one of the highest scorers in the club's recent history because of how many points he scores with the extra points. And he's a field goal kicker as well. He can go and get him in bunches by 3. Here we are. He's about, when you get a 2-pointer, they call it the octopus. What is it when you called when you get the receiving touchdown and the extra point? Is there a thing for that?
Don't ask me, Matty C.
We're gonna come up with one. Nice hold from
And
Henneke.
He got it. So the sept is the Latin thing for 7. Septipus. Does that work?
Does it need to be an aquatic creature? Is that?
I don't. What animal has 7 legs, Matty C?
Septipus?
I don't know, Matty C.
I'd like to think maybe it's like
I'm
one of
Googling.
those spiders that you see that looks like it's had a tough life and is missing a leg. I don't know.
I'm searching this up.
Sarah word, this man, he's on to Google, ladies and gents. John Zadrunka with a 4-yard touchdown catch. And also, and you don't see this every day, which is what's leading to this Google search, the extra point as well, after a 7-0 start.
Yeah, look, we'll have to find that later.
It was septopus. Look, he's just Googled it up. It says septopus. Right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. He's making this up, ladies and
I
gents.
made that up. It's this number of legs as well. They have tentacles, octopuses. So.
No legs. The legless octopus.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, we're doing some learning here, ladies and gents, as the Drunker gets us back underway.
7-0. I'll find the scoreboard again. Here's Brody Norris. Going to return it through the middle.
Nice contact.
And he gets out to around about the 35. Let's see if they can get something going here, the Gladiators, Matty C. It's been a rough season for them.
Yeah.
Ball security especially, you would say, is probably their big issue at the moment. That's something they're going to improve right now. Yeah,
it really is. And, I mean, the way that Coach Matt Lua was talking in the pre-game huddle, we were lucky enough to be within earshot, and to hear him talking about how he wants turnovers. He wants to see multiple turnovers. Yeah. And we've just had rain. In the pre-game, it wasn't super heavy, but it was present. It was enough to be annoying and a little cold.
Yeah.
But that just greases the thing up out there. And see one of the referees has a towel hanging off the back of their shorts now, just trying to help keep that ball dry between plays.
Back to throw. McManus over the middle. Humphreys incomplete. Speaking of referees, Matty, great to see Renee Hendricks as the white cap today.
Yeah, you don't get that all the time.
Deserved appointment. Not sure if this is first time in a while, Matty C, but well done to Renee out there.
Yeah, nice to see him out there with the important hat on. And that pass there, I just want to call this one up, is that pass there, it was just behind Jake Humphreys a little bit, and Bailey Sinfield is back out there today. We haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. He's playing in a nickel corner sort of role there, playing in that slot defensive spot, and he's going to be chasing Humphreys around. That's his number one spot these days, Jake Humphreys. So we'll see that battle happen.
McManus, handoff, taken down by McShane, but Butterfield still got a yard out of that, Matty C. McShane was all over him, though. Third down.
I feel bad for John Butterfield, too, because that fumble that before they had to go and race over and pick up, we've got to count that as a 27-yard negative rush. But if you take that out of things, he had that 10-yard rush to start the game, and he goes and picks up a yard on that one, but you could almost say it was McManus' yard. He was behind the line of scrimmage, and McManus came in and gave him the shove, and that turned what was going to be a 1-yard loss into a 1-yard gain.
Third down, coming up. And 9 to go. 2 receivers at the bottom, Bennett at the top, 6 linemen to protect Bailey McManus. Gets a good snap, pitch, Butterfield turns upfield, he gets taken down low, Jermaine Stewart with a big tackle to bring up 4th and about 4.
Yeah, and that's a really nice tackle from Jermaine Stewart and the much bigger John Butterfield. Number 6, he's big, strong, he's kind of shaped like a lead pipe. He really doesn't really graduate from how wide he is at the top to how wide he is at the bottom. A difficult shape to tackle. He does a great job getting low and making good contact.
4th and about 4. Just a quick statistical correction as well for Butterfield. That negative 27, I think, was on date on the punt there, Matty C. So 4th down coming up. McManus awaits the snap. Quick one, Butterfield turns upfield. He will not make it back to the line. It is a turnover on downs again, Matty C.
Yeah, and they only gain about 6 yards on that drive as well. So another disappointing end. Certainly they've gone from having lost 2 yards on their opening drive to only gaining a handful there. It's tough sledding out there. Not looking so good for this start for this Centurions team, who are already in a touchdown hole. And now give the ball back to Centurions 40 yards from pay dirt.
2 receivers at the top of the screen. It's Henneke and Zadrunka at the bottom of the screen. I believe Jasper Harris there, Matty C. And you've got Lane Woods at the H-back. In the backfield, James Bajali. And Bo Kennett awaits the snap at quarterback. Gladiators showing a 4-3 on the defense. back to hand it off. Here goes Mujali, turns upfield. Great run there, Matty C. Very patient. Kane Mills takes him down.
Yeah, and a really nice tackle from Mills too. He's just been a really tough worker this year defensively. He's really grown in his role as well. He's starting to become someone who can really he's playing in a safety role, and he's someone who's really learned how to step up and become a real good contributor in run support. Well, this Centurions team, they're going to make you engage your secondary to stop their running game. They're going to block up everything at the first level, and you're going to have to be sound at the second level.
It's a second down coming up.
Shifting along the line there. It's Panaccio and Murray on this near end, who are down linemen.
Fake, quick ball, over the top, Henneke, all the way, touchdown, Centurions! We thought it could have gone to Zadrunka, but the money ball delivered by Kennett.
What a fantastic play, too, for that ball. It's almost like the perfect decoy, having Zadrunka underneath it for it to be too tall for him, because it almost froze the defender just for that second, and then it hits Henneke in the hands, and he's at full flight. You're not going to stop him. A 34-yard touchdown catch. And straight away, Bo Kennett with 2 of 3, 38 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And then the extra point, Zadrunka gets ready. Henneke, touchdown scorer, holds it. Zadrunka through the middle. It's going to be 14-0. It's one of those extra points you like as well, Matty, because it ends up like 20 yards beyond.
Nothing sailed and sailed. What I think might have been going to institute was to see if you can, after the Zadrunka gets the 6, gets the 1, maybe they should have made Henneke kick the extra point. What do you think?
Maybe.
Just get Zadrunka to hold and Henneke to kick it. That would have been fun.
Yeah, wow. Henneke, just watching that again, Matty C.
Beautiful play, right?
Yeah. Wasn't really too far out of the reach of Zadrunka as well. Just beautiful when you have delayed. Watching that a lot in pre-game as well. They're really focusing on those in-breaking routes. One going a little longer than the other, giving Kennett that sort of option. That's why they were working on it, Matty C, because you can score exactly like that.
And and just have a look at this. 2 drives, both starting within the Gladiators' end. One much closer, 7 yards to get the touchdown. This one a little further out, 40 yards, get the touchdown. Gladiators really need to be able to get a drive together, get a first down, and start trying to get this ball in a position where it's not so dangerous for the defense to have to defend.
Oh boy, here goes the return. Oh! Taken down, WWE style, combining there, Matty C, Hannah Dundas-Smith there with the number 44 as well. Unbelievable.
Yeah, really nice play. Just stop that return, bang on the 31-yard line, and they're having difficulty getting this ball any further. Once they get this return out, they have not been able to move the ball with really any teeth. McManus hasn't completed a pass yet, and Butterfield's had 5 rushing attempts for it. Just that 10-yarder to open, and then really nothing else.
Yeah. The 1st and 10 coming up here from the 31. Bennett at the top of the screen. Humphreys and Casey at the bottom. Backfield is Butterfield who'll get the carry here. And nice. Butterfield through the middle. Oh, he's got room! And he's going to get about 17, you'd say, Matty C.
That's what I would say. Exactly what I would say. He started that run just outside his own 30, and he's going to carry the ball right over to the 47-yard line. Just a really nice run. And there was not a lot of space in there, but gosh, he made it look like there was.
Yeah. Incredible burst up the middle. Let's see what they can do here, Matty C.
Both teams with 2 first downs now.
But for the Centurions, getting a couple of extra plays for touchdowns.
Yes.
Yes. And it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up from the 47.
Just having a little chuckle to myself that after that silky smooth touchdown grab, I just watched James Henneke drop a water bottle that he was already holding.
And there's Humphreys. Oh, hit over the top by Sinfield. Flag comes flying in at the end of the play. We'll see what that's for, Matty C.
And I think it'll be for after the play too. And I think Humphrey's catch is going to stand here because he made the catch, was knocked over, and then the flag comes in at the end around about the point where the passer was. And I think this is going to be assessed after the play as late contact.
Oh, yeah. It was a block, and then the guy just fell into the legs of McManus. Couple of flags maybe, Matty C. We'll see. every signal's.
So the Humphreys catch stands, but it's against the offense.
Yep, so it's unnecessary roughness. It will be second, Matty C, and a long way to go. Back 23.
Yeah, and they've already had one full start penalty assessed against them now. So that's 2 penalties, 20 yards worth of yardage, and 22 yards is a long way from a first down.
Just to explain what happened, the right tackle just pushed the rusher into McManus. That's why McManus fell, Matty C. And
the play was over, so it was unnecessary to do it. That's why the roughness call is deemed unnecessary. But we're going to see some passing game here.
And they're just going to pitch it here. Norris, long way to go. He's not getting past Tyler McShane.
Yeah, got to get up early in the morning to get a play like that past Tyler McShane. We're going to see a loss of 7 on that one.
3rd and 30. Oh, Matty, this is a long way back there. Probably as many O's as I put into that long there.
I think from here, what you got to do is you got to walk to the bus stop, get on a bus, get the bus to the train, get on the train to then get close to the first down.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
Sounds about right.
3 modes of transport?
Probably. It's probably what I'm going to have to do next week, Matty, see what I'm in Brizzy. 3rd and 30 coming up. McManus looking deep. Bennett! No! Hit him in the hands. Incomplete. Good enough coverage there from the defense. 4th down coming up.
Well, and he had to do both there. He had to be the receiver, but then he also, at the end of that play, had to play cornerback and hit the ball away because that defender who was in that space, he had position, and Bennett couldn't allow him to take the intercept.
Indeed. I think, Matty, see, you'd find Lockie Clark was there on that one. 4th down coming up. 30 yards to go. Bit of wind picking up now.
I just don't have a number for 37. I just don't have a name next to him.
I think it's Justin Riley.
That was our corner. There you go, Justin Riley. Yeah.
Yes, 37. Had him a few weeks ago, Matty C. As there's Dates kicking that. And it's going to roll around to the 31. Yeah, we've been doing a pretty good job with the team sheets this year, Matty C, I got to say. You've been running around at halftime and finding players that we wouldn't have got a few weeks ago. So, a few weeks ago, you got it.
We've been trying to keep up. It's not always easy because players, like we saw in the first game, they'll change numbers at halftime if you're not paying attention. They're sneaky devils. So, you've got to keep your eyes peeled. But, it has... It's been a pretty good season. The clubs have done a really good job of also trying to keep us in the loop with who's who because I know that while the footage is largely taken for clubs to be able to do their coaching and that sort of thing, they like to be able to do film sessions after a game. But, we really like the players love hearing us call their names. They love hearing us give them the credit for when they do something great. They don't always love for us calling them out when they give away a penalty or something like that, but they do like that we get to do this for them, and it's nice when you can know with confidence you're going to be able to identify them.
Hayden Rangi goes in motion, hand off Mujali. Oh, great first cut, Matty C. You love that, don't you? It's going to be 2nd and about 3, game of 7.
Well, and this is the first time they're going to start a drive from their own end, so they're going to really have to put together a drive. And mate, I am a big fan of James Mujali. He had a really nice week last week.
Yep.
Carried the ball well and looked really sharp out there. Some of the stats from last week too. He was easily the best running back at 9 carries for 55 yards in a game where a lot didn't go their way. So,
quick ball. Henneke, dangerous here. He's not going to get back to the line. Great tackle made there, Matty C.
Yeah, in fact, they're going to spot him on the line. But nice play here by this corner. And he just stepped right up, made the contact. Henneke didn't have any momentum at all. But I do like the idea that they've gotten the ball straight back into Henneke's hands on the drive straight after he scored. He's a real confidence player. We spoke to him before the game. He confirms that. He's like, if something goes well early on, I feel 10 foot tall and bulletproof. If things don't go right early on, it gets hard for him to get into the game. And he admitted that to us. He's like, yeah, you've coloured me right there.
3rd and 3 here. Mujali in the backfield. 2 receivers either side. Oh, almost got them to jump. It's a false start against the offense, though. Third and 8, Matty C, after that false start.
Yeah. Coach Matt Lua, very fast to say, this is going to be a better, disciplined performance this week. They had 12 accepted penalties against them last week and a few for some personal foul level penalties. And that was just kind of a very uncharacteristic thing for the Centurions team. So he said that there was a lot of talk about that on the Monday training session and a lot to correct there. And we expect that to be corrected.
Rajali.
Oh,
what a cut. Again, Matty C. And he's going to power his way for the first down.
He'll be very close. They're going to give it to him. And it was sort of just lucky that Panacio did a good enough job after he was pulled out of the play just by a really great block where Majali was able to cut underneath, that he made the ground back up and got the tail of Majali as he was approaching that first down marker. Otherwise, no telling what the damage would have been.
Going to be first and 10 coming up here, Matty C. And 14-0 up here, the Centurions, still in the first quarter.
Yep, ball's in play.
Yeah.
So we approach the end of this first quarter too. It's been a pretty good quarter. I've been enjoying this. We had 3 drives each, a couple of scores. It's been good.
See if there's another one in them. Can it? Fake to Jackson. Under pressure,
Panacio
doesn't get him. Floats it up, Harris! Incomplete, didn't have the arm there, Matty C, as he was under pressure. Really takes away from planting your feet and everything.
Yeah, and I think he also knew he was getting close to the line of scrimmage as well. On this side of the field, you can't see where the marker is for the line of scrimmage. You've got an idea roughly because of where your line judge is, but you're not required to stand still. So, yeah, you don't always know what that line of scrimmage is. And I think that might have just been one of the reasons why he pulled that pass a bit.
Second and 10. Sadroka and Henneke at the top of the screen. Harris and Rangi in the bottom. And Mango Jackson in the backfield. Humphrey shows blitz. Handoff. Jackson. Oh, he just ran over a guy who holds on there, Matty C. He'll bring up third down.
Yeah, it's
Mills.
Looks like it's Mills who he makes contact with. Those two guys built eerily similarly too, actually. We're talking to Mango before the game too. He knows that he's not the easiest body shape to tackle, and he tries to make real use of knowing that. So he stays low, and he makes you try and find somewhere to grip on, and there's not a lot of spots to grab, mate. It's he was saying it's like grabbing a bowling ball. Well, yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, definitely the conversation for one of the Monarchs running back spots as well. 3rd and 7 coming up. Be interesting to think about
he
that.
indicated that he would do that. He would like to be ACT when it comes time for eligibility.
Oh, here goes Kennett. He goes through. First down. Boy, he had to get past Panacio on the blitz. And he does a good job. Gains about 12.
No, they're going to give him 14, in fact. A really good run. We were watching them warm up too, and there were some situations where immediately you could hear Matt Lewis say, "Do you know what to do in that situation, Bo?" As a play, so you can quite go on script. He goes, "Just tuck and run." So like the impetus is there for Kennett to be doing that. And I mean, on this one, he goes and gets him a first down. It's the 4th on the day.
How about a very patient run as well? Mujali in the backfield. Rangi moving around in motion. Handoff here. Mujali. Lead block is beautiful. And there he goes. Down to the 20. What a beautiful lead block, though, Matty C. Unbelievable. Getting quick on the line. That's Tim Chalker, I believe, Matty C.
What a great run. 25 yards up the middle for James Majali.
Yes. And Chalker with that lead block, the left tackle, just absolutely powering his way through. 1st and 10.
Just lucky for Jake Humphreys there, doing the pursuit from the backside. Otherwise, might have had to shut the gate.
Let's see. Timeout, Centurions. Didn't like what he saw. Great start, though, to this drive, Matty C. And it looks like the Centurions, they're marching into the end zone soon.
It's looking like, they've got the ball on the 15-yard line going in. They started on 32, so already they've got more than 40 yards on this drive, and a lot of it on that nice run up the middle. James Mujali has been really good today, and it is 100% a carryover from last week, where his vision was great. He didn't get the carries he probably would have otherwise because the game was starting to get away from the Centurions, but his efficiency was a real feature. Almost 6 yards per carry last week.
Yeah, do you think with this start, Matty C, Coach Matt Lure be pretty happy, let's say?
I think he'd be happy on a number of fronts. We've got one penalty only,
and
that's just for a small procedural thing, a false start. That's not the worst thing in the world, but they have been on time. Their routes have been good. Their passing has been pretty good as well. The offensive line has been doing its best to hold up, but then Kennett has been brave and smart to tuck that ball and get running when he needs to. That's overall, I think, been a really good performance so far from the Centurions team in this first quarter.
Here it is. Kennett awaits the snap. Fake. Looking. Henneke! Incomplete.
Just a tiny bit over, that's all. Just a tiny bit. He's a tall guy. You can throw it right up there. I mean, he's clearly taller than me. And then you get that reach in there as well. Like, throw it up there. Throw it up there. I bet he's got a vertical that's better than mine. A 43-year-old with ruined knees. I mean, his vertical's probably going to be pretty good too.
Second down coming up at 10. And Henneke. Real danger early. Norris on him. He's having a tough time out there. Norris covering the taller Henneke. Fake here to the handoff. And here goes Mujali. There's Norris. Big tackle. Third down coming up.
He's just so good. Another 7 yards there just because he gets good push, finds the gap, and then he makes your second level work to bring him down. It's exactly as Matt Lewell would draw it up too. He's not going to be happy with just getting your running back into that point of attack. He's going to need that running back to hit the second level and make you engage your defensive backs to try and make the play.
3rd and 4 coming up here. Okay, go first down without scoring a touchdown. Timeout on the field.
Yeah, it's a quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter, as Matty said. Moving on to quarter number 2. Centurions 14-0. We heard from Coach Matt Lure pre-game, Matty C. He wanted perfection today. So far, this is probably the perfect start. He's on track to meet up all basically the key performance indicators he put out today.
He's on time for a couple of them, right? So open the scoring with that Zadrunka touchdown catch. I don't know how many people will be happier at the end of this week already than a guy like John Zadrunka, who's not out there super often as a wide receiver. He then gets to go and cap it off by kicking his own extra point and his own touchdown. What a beautiful moment. That lovely catch by James Henneke for the 34-yard touchdown. That's the 2 completed passes from Bo Kennett. 2 passes, 2 touchdowns. And we sort of saw a similar thing in our early game from the quarterback combination of Matt Phillips with his receivers. So they were just on early. They opened a platform, and it was very difficult to slow them down once they got off to that start. All right, this is already 14 points, and this is only the 3rd drive of the game for the Centurions, and the other 2 have ended in touchdowns. It's looking pretty clinical at this stage too, as they're, on their way in. They've only got about 8 yards to get.
To 3rd and 4. Jackson in the backfield. Harris, Rangi at the bottom of the screen. Zadrunka, Henneke, the 2 touchdown scorers at the top of the screen. 3rd and 4. Zadrunka in motion. Kennett. Zadrunka's way. Incomplete. Turned upfield before he caught it.
His hands are on his helmet, and they're still on his helmet. He knows. If he caught that with the rate that Brodie Norris was coming towards him, just a little misdirection and just a little to make sure his tackle wasn't 100% clean, and he might have broken it for a second touchdown. I think he knows. I think he's seen the whole movie play out before he even caught it.
4th and 4. Now, it is kickable range as well for Zadrunka, but the wind is going left to right as always, so that's going to be against him if he kicks it here. 4th and 4. They got enough plays in the playbook. They got Mango Jackson run in the playbook, and Jackson bounces to the outside, but he will get tackled. Last flag in though. He didn't get there, but there was a flag in, and I don't know, Matty C. It was around where the tackle happened.
just kind of looking for a little indication, one ref or another, as to which way that one's going to go. But yeah, as you say, it's around about the point the tackle's getting made, and so there's a block in the area as well, so you just don't quite know which way that one's going to go. But he never made it, and now this is going to be against the defense.
Holding on the Gladiators. And now I'll bring it up to first and goal to go for the Centurions. That, Matty C, just a real
that'll
coach
hurt.
Killer.
That'll hurt, because now you give a first down up and you give half the distance to the goal. So now you're talking about 4 yards. You've got 4 plays to stop him getting 4 yards. Because, mate, I'm not kicking a field goal at this point now. I want the touchdown.
This is going to be critical, as we've been talking about. The execution is going to be huge. Raggy goes in motion. Handoff, Jackson! Close! Second effort is going to be a yard short. Second and goal for the one.
I mean, he's just such a patient runner, Mango Jackson, isn't he? It's great to see. Like, he's just so careful about how he uses the space in there. He doesn't accelerate too fast and create a closing hole. He waits to see what the defender's going to do. He waits to see where his blocker's going to go, and just uses every bit of leverage he can. He's just so he's really fun to watch for that reason too. Not panicked.
Second goal here. Fake. Get it. Tucks it. Throws it up. Incomplete. Third down, Matty C.
Just ran out of space and time, but, you know, third down, we've still only got about a yard to get, so really, really close. But Kennett, I think at the first instance, it looked like when he pulled that ball from the run option, that he actually had a bit of space, and then that space closed super quickly, but there was also no passing option to go to. And it wasn't until the passing option sort of peeled away from his man, who had to have his eyes back downfield looking at Kennett, that Kennett actually had a target to go to, but contact was made with his arm as he was throwing it. It was never going to get it there.
Third and goal from the one. Boy, I think the guy's a drunker.
Yeah, they got Humphreys marking Zadrunka, but he's giving a lot of inside leverage.
He is. Handoff to Jackson. Diving in. Short.
Yeah, no gain.
Fourth and goal, Matty C. And for the Gladiators, be a great way to end the season. This might be a highlight for them if they can get a stop right now on fourth and goal.
It leaves you in a really difficult position, being so backed up onto your line, but you'd far prefer that than being down another score. So they've got one more player to hold up here, and they've been doing it. The smaller the field's gotten, the more resolute they've got.
2 receivers either side. Fourth and goal. See what Kendrick can do. Back to throw. Looking under pressure. Panaccio gets him. That'll definitely be intentional grounding. You'd think, Matty C, I think a receiver may or may not have been in the area, but Panaccio got to him.
No flags, so no worries.
And he got the sack. It's a sack, Matty C. They'll give him the sack. He was whistled before Kennett got it out there. Turnover on downs. And Matty, what looked like almost a certainty. The Gladiators get the stop, though. And like I said, Matty, that's probably one that's going in the highlights.
Yeah, I'd say. And they stop what was a drive of over 50 yards, looking like it was going in for a score. And they pull it up not only from going in, but now they get the ball outside their 15 just because of how much pressure they put on toward the end of that drive. And here we go. It's almost as good as getting a touchback in a way.
First and 10. Better at the bottom of the screen. Casey and Humphreys at the top. And Butterfield get the carry.
Nice.
And Butterfield got some space. He's got room. And a great run by John Butterfield.
Yeah, we're going to mark him 20 yards neat on that one as he goes from the 16 out to the 36. John Butterfield, he had a tough day last week, 10 carries for 40 yards, but he did have a 2-point conversion. A lot of the yards last week on the ground coming from Kobe Van Veen, who was a former Lions player in the New South Wales Gridiron League. He had 7 carries for 134 yards without scoring a touchdown. That's incredible for Kobe Van Veen. But Butterfield definitely doing much more of that, like, heavy lifting in the nitty-gritty sort of, short yardage situations and early down situations. And he's already got well over 40 yards today.
So first and 10. Butterfield in the backfield. McManus awaits the snap. Back to throw, looking. Going out, incomplete, intended for the big receiver there. Flag down though, Matty C.
Yeah, and that one was always going to be thrown well out in front of where the receiver was going to be able to get to. You hadn't quite turned before the ball was shoved out that way, and there was just kind of no way anyone was making that catch. So that one falls harmlessly to the ground. It'll be, yeah. It'll be first down and 20. They're just going to take the whole penalty.
First and 20, and Matty, probably that holding penalty, you'd say, is a real drive killer, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they're got themselves out to the 36, 37-yard line, and now here they are, dragged back 10 yards, half of the way back to where they started the drive, and just kill a lot of momentum. And 20 is so much harder to get than 10. Like, it's not twice as hard; it is exponentially harder.
Yeah, I think the speed of Norris will be important here. They got him in the back.
Well, and you got to use the size of Bennett, the red helmet nearest the screen here.
Yeah,
you got to use the size of him. He's been their best receiver the last couple of weeks.
And here goes Norris on the left side, using that speed. Matty C, as I said, gets about 8 from that. Be second and 12.
Yeah, far better. Now you're in a much more manageable situation. Second and 12 isn't great, but it's far better than first and 20. So you've just sort of shown, yeah, we can saw some of that off. Now you need to find a second play that's going to be just as impactful.
So second 11, officially a 9-yard carry there for Norris.
Yeah, really nice. And here we are with this defense now. They've been so vicious early on and clamping down and not allowing yards any way, shape or form. They've given up a few on this one already, but they'll be very keen to get them off the field right now.
McManus awaits the snap. Back to throw, looking, going. Bennett on cue, and he's going to dive forward. First down, Matty C.
Yeah.
As you said, use that size. He's got about a foot on the covering defender there in Stewart. And really, Matty, you see why.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what you're hoping for out of a guy like Bennett too. He's had his hiccups when it comes to growth in the league in terms of, he's had some games where he's had some really, really strong plays. He's had some games where he's had some really difficult plays. He had a carry where he was going into the end zone and had the ball ripped out, and it was assessed as a fumble for touchback. So he's kind of had the whole array. Last week, he had a really great week, 4 for 70 and 2 touchdowns. He needs to carry that momentum in, and look at him go.
McManus keeps it, pitches it forward. Was it a fumble?
They're going to go back and assess it as...
I think that was an incomplete pass myself. If not, illegal for a pass, basically.
Yeah, they're going to go back and assess it for where the ball came out, which was about 2 yards over the line of scrimmage.
Officially a fumble there. Second and 9, Matty C.
So McManus will gain 2 before that ball comes out. Last week, he only threw 9 passes. He was 7 of 9 for 91 and 3 touchdowns. Now, we've never seen McManus be that efficient, but also, considering it was a game where they were in the lead for a lot, they ran a lot, which was, fair enough. But McManus, with only 9 attempts, in previous weeks, we'd seen him have much more difficulty completing. So his confidence has been quite high.
Oh, and he's off the field right now. Bennett, back to throw. Under some pressure. Gonna have to step against Rangi. Getting chased by Saunders, gets it across the field. Oh, what a play down the right side, the number 20 deep into Centurions territory, inside the 25.
Wow.
Will Bennett was moving around like in the pocket, Matty C, under pressure, and he steps off and does well.
That's a really nice play because you go from about the 47-yard line way down into the Centurions' end. You're going to have the ball on the 23-yard line. Just an excellent play. 31 yards.
Will Bennett. Wow, Matty C. He's really did some special plays there. We've been thinking all season he should have the ball more in his hands. Well, he's that quarterback now. No chance more to have the ball in his hands than now.
Yeah, and do you see his awareness of just keeping an eye on where that line of scrimmage is so he didn't overstep it, so he had an opportunity to throw, and his receivers coming back to help him.
Handoff, Butterfield doesn't get past The tackle.
Yeah, that's a great tackle by Wallace. Oh, my gosh. He carved through, made good contact, and just got him by the hips, managed to keep contact all the way down the legs, brought him down for a 1-yard gain.
And that's your former teammate, Matty
Yeah,
C.
Luke Wallace was playing back when I was playing. His brother Stephen is in our fantasy league as well. We know him as Scuba. And we used to, I can't even remember the nickname we had for Luke, but yeah, a beloved teammate of mine, one of the very last in the league who's still active.
2nd and 9. I mean, Doug Gooding taking a year off, Matty C. He said he might be back next year. I think he would be. 2nd and 9. Bennett looking, completing to Butfield, intercepted. CM got no one's going to catch him except for Bennett. One man to beat it. Bennett gets past him once. CM falls down. Oh no.
Bennett's the first to pick him up.
Matty C. Oh my goodness. Butterfield couldn't corral it. But that's one of the turnovers that we're talking about getting today on defense. Siemka, when you need him, Matty C, he always steps up and makes a play, offense or defense.
Yep, and I've got him marked down. I think he took that at about the 15, and he's run it back to the halfway, and then a further 20 yards beyond that. I reckon he's in the range of about a 55-yard return on that one. We'll get that officially later on, but what a fantastic play. The juggle, as that ball was floated to Butterfield, and as soon as it touched his fingers and it didn't get in, well, that's a difficult situation for a receiver because there's often more people in the opposing coloured jersey than there is people in your coloured jersey. So the likelihood of an intercept goes up.
Yeah, and you'd say, Matty C, it's a slippery field out there because Siemka, usually great at keeping his feet. It's very much ballerina feet, you could say, with some of the sideline catches. You can tell it's a slippery field as well. Flag down immediately, but Munjali with the cut gets taken down. We'll see what the penalty mark is for Doug, Matty C.
It's been a real pity for the Gladiators, who had a bit of a drive going on too. They'd made 61 yards on that drive, only be now turned around on the intercept and be defending in their own end again.
Illegal formation there, Matty C. March it out 5 yards to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, and what they're saying there is just you can only have so many men in the backfield. You've got to have 7 men on the line. They didn't have enough men on the line, so that's too many men in the backfield.
Timeout Centurions, the 2nd.
Often that penalty will be because one of your receivers has just misaligned where they're meant to stand. One thing that we used to do, and that the officials are great at this because it's an amateur league, so everyone's learning, right, is that if you come out and you line up and you look at the line judge, often they'll just kind of, if you got a bit of a look of inquiry on your face, they'll be like, are you on or off? And then you'll be able to say, yeah, I'm on, and they'll be able to just guide you up to the line. So, because they're not looking to create a penalty, and they're looking to help, you become a good player and for you to improve. So often that's all you need to do sometimes as you get to your spot as wide receivers. Give your line judge an inquiring look, and they'll give you a little hand along.
Definitely. See what they do here, Matty C. 1st and 15. Do you think another shot could be coming to Henneke real soon?
I always think a shot's going to come to Henneke, and especially after he's had a big play early on. I think Damo Smith, who we saw play in the earlier game, are built out of a lot of the same stuff. They're definitely not built the same physically, but their mental approach to the game can be very similar. If they have a big impact play early on, God help you, they're going to have a big day. If you can just frustrate them a bit early, it can really stunt the chance for them to get the momentum to become that game-changing player.
So we'll close in the H-back. Henneke and Zadrunka at the top of the screen. Handoff, Mujali gets taken down immediately. Humphreys read that well. You see how knowledgeable he is of the game next week when he's in commentary, Matty C, as well. Just an incredible player.
That's an amazing play too. So Claude was the up-back who made contact with Humphreys immediately coming off the line, but he couldn't stop the momentum, and Humphreys got inside him and was there to make the play immediately. Mujali essentially was run into it, and he had nowhere to go.
Probably one of the best players this season, Jake Humphreys has been.
Well, he's been back for 3 games. His impact's been immediate. He had 8 for 105 and a touchdown in his first game back. Last week, he had 6 for 58 and a touchdown. And here he is on defense now, also making plays.
Fake, looking, dancing around the pocket, gets past Norris. Kennett's under pressure. Quick one to Claude, incomplete.
And do you know who that was again? Jake Humphries again, right? And he came screaming off that edge, made huge contact with Claude, and then chased that play across to the far side of the field. And as soon as it broke down and Kennett started coming this way, who's the fastest player in that who managed to come back and put the pressure on Kennett? It's Jake Humphries again.
Yes.
This guy is he brings so much to this team, and you can see how much they missed him the weeks that he was away. And you can see that by the impact he has when he returns.
3rd and 18.
I feel like Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy. Here's a guy. Let me tell you about this guy.
3rd and 18. 6 linemen in there. Claude at H-back. 2 receivers at the top. It's the Drunken Henneke. Jackson in the backfield. Kennett deep.
Going for it.
Here it is. Henneke! Incomplete.
That's an excellent piece of work.
Contact, and there's a flag.
Excellent piece of work.
Ooh.
Henneke turned him around, and he wasn't watching the ball, and it wasn't until he turned around that he'd already made contact with Henneke. It's a great call. We've got some fans from these are players from the Wolves who played the earlier game who are just kind of, I think, hoping Henneke's not getting the free one here. But no, he'd done a good job of keeping his corner turned around.
The ball hasn't moved, Matty C.
And it wasn't until...
I don't know. The ball hasn't moved at all.
Yeah, it wasn't until the contact was made that the corner turned around. That's going to be pass interference. It has to be pass interference because the player had already made contact before he turned around. It has to be pass interference.
Watching the replay, very fair call, Matty C. He did come into it before the pass got there.
I mean, contact was made and then he turned around, so you could sort of see that and I think, oh yeah, that's kind of a bit simultaneously, but the contact was made just too early for that to be okay.
Probably touched him 2 or 3 times on that.
And nothing wrong with that. It's just that then when Henneke had to stop to come back through him to the ball, he'd already made contact and was pushing Henneke away from it. That has to be pass interference every time.
Let's see, 1st down, 10 yards to go after that. Handoff, Jackson, and Jackson going through in the middle, gets about 2 or 3. Yeah, Matty, talk about those penalties. They had that defensive holding of 4th and 4 the last drive. Didn't cost them. This time, pass interference. Probably saved the touchdown, really, because Henneke's down there.
Yeah, I think, and that's where that rule about it being 15 yards can become quite cynical, because if you get beaten, then you might as well clobber the receiver, right? And it's a very cynical play to do it. That's not what happened in that instance. The corner didn't just take the receiver out. He was legitimately playing the play, but there's a real advantage in doing that, because I can only give up 15 yards. That otherwise would have been a spot foul, 1st and goal.
Exactly. 2nd and 8 coming up. Handoff. Jackson. Norris
contact.
Cannot get to him, but the second level does. Panaccio in there, Matty C, as always.
And check out the second contact too. You get Brodie Norris comes in and gets nice contact initially, and then Clayton Hawke in 67 comes in and makes a really great contact as well. He was wearing the number 90 last year when we were talking about Clayton Hawke, and he's moved into a different jersey, and he hasn't been here every game, but when he is here, his impact's known. And check him out, this young player who's been one of the great success stories of this club's development. Clayton Hawke sniffs it out, makes a big impact play.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. Jackson, 2 carries, 5 yards on his last 2 plays. Fake. Henneke gets it! Touchdown, Centurions! How do you stop that, Matty C?
You cannot stop that. And you know why? The slant route is very hard to stop in the first place. But Henneke has a nice wide set of shoulders. He's a big frame, and he's got strong hands. I mean, this is the Mike Thomas route from back in the day. The Saints used to absolutely beat up on teams by doing this because they had a receiver who had the same intangibles that we've got with James Henneke here, and he just does exactly what Mike Thomas was doing that year where he broke the NFL record for receptions, and he scored 75 million touchdowns that year too. Henneke has 2 touchdowns on 3 receptions today.
And the hold from Henneke is good. Oh!
Doink!
Hits the post. Mago Jackson just getting the football, but he's not going to get 2 points for that. It's dead as soon as it hits the post. Yeah. There you go, Maddie. See, I can't really say
You can't
anything
talk
anymore.
either. I'm struggling to talk too. That's only a 25-yard drive, though. Isn't that sad for a touchdown? Because the intercept return went all the way from their own 15 all the way down there. Just an amazing piece of play. But Henneke, he's got 3 catches now for 48 yards. One of his catches was for 0 yards. This is the problem. I keep on saying he's only got 2 catches because he's got 2 catches that went across the line of scrimmage. But he's looking every bit as dangerous as you like today. The score is 20 points to 0.
Yeah, and Zadrunka hitting the post there. But Zadrunka had the first touchdown, then Henneke the last 2. You could say his best play on that drive, Matty C, was when he got interfered with. That's what really set it up and got them out of a bad spot. They were like 2nd, 3rd, and 18, wasn't it? And got out of a bad spot with that.
Yeah, well, it feels like that play for the touchdown that was, which probably should have been a touchdown where there was a pass interference. Well, it really didn't stop Henneke getting the touchdown, and that kind of felt like there was some natural justice in him getting the touchdown in the end.
And the kick gets to date, fumbles it a little bit, but gets onto it. And still going through, and good return, gets out to about 35.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 20 yards on that return for Jesse Date. Looking really strong. He did a lot of returning last week. In fact, he might have been 3 returns for 51 yards. He's just very, very solid in getting that ball, getting up the field a bit, and taking some pressure off the field position.
It'll be 1st and 10, Matty C, coming up here. From near the 40-yard line, so a bit longer than I thought. Didn't give him enough credit for myself on the call there.
Now, this is Justin Murray getting up, looking a bit ginger. Man, I've spent a lot of time talking to Justin, time off the field. And mate, he has been a big contributor to this team through the season as well. So a little sore getting up there. He'll have to come off for the play since they've blown the time out for him. But it looks like he's getting up and going off on his own steam, which is good news. And I'm expecting we'll see him back. Keep an eye out for number 97, Justin Murray.
1st and 10, and Maddie, it's November, it's spring, but God, I'm feeling cold. It feels like winter. I hate this.
Mate, we're 2 weeks away from summer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that looking out there. It is misty, it is rainy, it is about, 12, 13 degrees. It's pretty cool here, even by Canberra standards, because, we're used to it at this time of year being mid-20s. So, What gives, mate?
I'm not happy with this, Matty.
You are not happy with this. You've been crooked most of the week with hay fever troubles, and now it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
I went down to the car earlier to see if I could get a second jumper, and I've got my meteorologist, Brad, here saying, Bureau of Meteorology says it's 16.9 and feels like 16.4. Both of those are wrong. Feels like about 6.4.
1st and 10 coming up here.
Brad was my meteorologist last week too, so he had lightning and thunder around the ground, so he was keeping an eye out for me.
Handoff.
What a great run.
Great run, Matty C, as he said. His first run in every drive has just been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, what I like about it is if he gets a little bit of room to get a head of steam up, he knows how to maneuver his body, and he's really great at getting one arm free to put the fend on. He hasn't got a history of dropping the ball either. Very trustworthy in carrying that ball. And any other time you go, just get the 7 points of contact on the ball and don't worry too much about trying to make extras. But here he is, doing it all.
Apologies, everyone, there, just for the sneeze as well. I'm struggling right now, Matty, as you know. It's just not a great day for me today. 1st and 10 coming up. Apologies, everyone.
You are bravely getting it done. That's the thing I like about it. Bravely getting it done.
Yeah, just try to push through here for the viewers at home. 1st and 10 coming up.
And check this out. Tyler McShane playing the near side defensive end.
And he
makes the play.
Get the tackle. I was going to say pressuring, but the tackle, basically.
Wow, look at that. It's not the only time today I've had one of those ones where I've called a player and then all of a sudden they've gone and made the play. We did that with Tom Wills in the earlier game. I said, gee, he must feel like a receiver. He's got 3 intercepts and immediately he takes a 4th intercept. So we've done that a bit. We've not done the commentator's curse. We've kind of done the, I don't know, what's the opposite of that? The oracle.
Yeah. You called it, Matty C. You called it, yeah. 2nd and 11, player down on the field. Just getting up there. Let's go bring off 2nd and 11. So, yes, Matty, it's,
Been having an oracle day.
Yeah. Just come on. Can you make it sunny now? I feel cold here. I'm wearing like 2 jackets right now.
My powers that don't extend very far, man. You've known me long enough to know that.
It's the 22nd of November. Can you believe that?
Yeah, a week from summer.
Like the cricket's already started. Come on. That's how you know it's official summer now. And here is the keep. McManus taken down. Will Clone stands over him. Bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, really nice play. And you can see, too, also on that chase down lane, Woods. It's nice to see the big guys making plays like that, too. Getting out the side, doing the chasing. Really great stuff, as we're going to see. It's now 3rd and 11. No gain on the play.
Yep, 3rd and 11.
That defensive line, you've got Lane Woods and Tim Chalker, but then you've also got Donnie Saunders and Tyler McShane. That's some experience on that defensive line. For a week where you've got Jamal Batchelor on the sideline and Civvies, it's not bad being able to just call on these guys.
Here it is. McManus, quick. Bennett's way, intercepted. Down low, Lockie Clark. Incomplete. He dropped it at the end. Contact from Zajonka. Bobbled it a little bit.
Well, I said he hadn't secured it before he hit the ground. And, yeah, there you go. Nice play.
Angle.
Justin Riley does a great job getting his hands on that. Almost comes up with the big play, but incomplete, 4th and 11.
Yeah. He collided with Siemka, yes. Riley and Siemka, Matty C. Collided a little bit. Should have been interception to one of them. Both got their hands on the ball and really just, yeah.
I reckon Siemka should have called him off and said, mate, I've got the hot hand. I've already got one. Back off, mate.
Should have said mine. Like it was cricket or something.
Yeah, no, like a seagull on the Finding Nemo. Mine.
4th and 11 coming up. Oh, goodness.
You weren't expecting a Finding Nemo reference in the gridiron today, no.
Classic movie. As McManus, middle, Humphreys! Oh, what a grab! Down! Trucks a man, ball's out!
He's down.
He was down? His ball was out, but after he was down, Humphreys with a big catch. He basically got that in with his left hand, Matty C.
Yeah, and the last 2 catches for completed passes by this side have been for 31 yards and 32 yards. One from the hand of Will Bennett, and the other now from the hand of Bailey McManus.
Talk about Gladiators discussing what's going on.
Well, yeah, we're getting late into the second quarter here. They're down by 20, and they just want to make sure they make the most of this play now. Jake Humphreys, mate, 2 catches, 35 yards, just continuing the loom spinning on his fantastic return to the ACT top flight.
Yeah. First down, Gladiators. It's timeout to them. They got 2 left. Centurions have 1 timeout left. Yeah, Matty, the rain, the wind.
It's
blowing into us as well.
It's cold, man. I mean, we're up in the back of the stand where, we're not in the cushy old booth like we used to be back in 2022. We're out just at a table in the back of the grandstand, and you get these occasional gusts of wind along here that are quite chilly. I thought I'd been quite clever wearing the jacket today, but it turns out I probably need a jumper under it.
Yeah, I have the suit jacket, and then I got to jump over the top. I'm not enjoying myself here today. I got the hood on now. I'm going to take it off, honestly.
This last year or so, too, I've got more natural insulation than I've ever sort of carried around, but still not much, mate. It's
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Canberra weather, man. I'm done with Canberra, bro.
You're a local. What are you talking about?
1st and 10. At least I'm going to Brizzy next week.
You and I, mate. We've got 65 years of living locally between us, don't we? We're all right. I might represent the heavier part of that by some distance.
All right, here it is. 1st and 10. Quick ball. Humphreys way tips it up incomplete.
He had to, too, because Jermaine Stewart was right behind him.
Yeah, and Stewart really doing a good job. They've got some big guys on that defensive line there, the Centurions as well. We see Ricketts come on for Chalker. 2 big boys, Matty C. And then you got a guy like Mango Jackson in there as well. I don't know if you can see this on the camera at home, but you see Ricketts standing next to Jackson, Matty C.
Yeah.
He could fit
So Saunders in 12, Ricketts in 52, and then in the red socks next to him is Mango Jackson. He's about 5 foot nothing.
Yeah. can fit about 2 or 3 Mango Jacksons in Ricketts. Man.
Yeah, I reckon.
That's how big he is. It's crazy, and that's why he's such a good player in that middle of the defensive line.
Yeah.
It's tipped up.
Great hands from Tyler McShane. Great hands. That is that veteran thing that we saw from Colin Morris in the earlier game. If it's one thing to get that defensive penetration as an end, but it's another to be savvy enough to get your hand up and make the play instead of watching it sail over your head. A very, very savvy veteran play from Tyler McShane. That brings McManus to 3 of 10 today without a touchdown. Last week he was 7 of 9 for the game with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, Macy. Yeah, wow. It's a long way from here for the Gladiators, but still only 20-0.
Yep.
Just got to get one score on the board. You start believing. Probably the danger man right now, Matty C, will be Humphreys.
Yeah, he's definitely, he and Bennett have been the attacking weapons receiving. Bennett also showed for a moment there he can be an attacking weapon as a distributor as well, so keep that in mind.
Back to throw. Here he is. Humphreys gets it this time. On the hook and ladder. All the way. Touchdown, Norris. Touchdown, Norris on the hook and ladder.
What a great play. A 20-yard reception. And they could see this is what they were trying to set up the last time they went to Humphreys. It was the exact same play. And Jesse Date warned us, I've got a few things that they won't be ready for. That was exactly what he meant.
Unbelievable. We saw one in the NFL yesterday where my guy Khalil Shakir was on the receiving end of the hook and ladder. Got me a few fantasy points. That's why I'm very happy. And yeah, Norris, Matty C, just like Khalil Shakir, gets a good run off it. Unlike Shakir, he scores.
And here we are now. We've got a 20-6 game and no recognised kicker. So you're going for 2. And, man, if you can pull this off, they haven't been super successful getting 2s this year, but they got one last week with
that Justin
John Butterfield.
Smith at the backfield. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So heavy formation. They've run it a lot of times on these 2-point plays. Not too much success this season. They're going to push him, though, and he gets it with these. That's 2 points, Matty C. It brings us to 20-8. The Gladiators... back in it, Matty.
Yeah, and at 20-8, you feel much better than you do at 20-6. Like, it doesn't actually change whether it's a 2-score game or not, but it just kind of gives you some confidence that if you score again, you could probably convert it again. And it's one of those funny things that you convert one, you feel like you can convert them all the time, but if you miss the first one, you feel like, gee, it's going to be hard to ever convert another one. You know, it's a real momentum thing.
Yes, Matty, and wow, what a play there. As he said, Coach Jesse was telling us pre-game, he had some tricks up his sleeve. It's the last game of the season. Might as well. And that's incredible.
So a 63-yard touchdown drive, which is phenomenal. Like, they've just started to get their drives together. It's 61 yards before they turned the ball over on the last one. And here you are with a 63-yard touchdown drive to completion on the hook and ladder play. It was a short pass to Jake Humphreys, where then he turns and pitches it backwards to Brodie Norris, who runs to the corner for the touchdown. 20 yards was the length of the play. Now they're going to kick this ball off to Jermaine Stewart, and what you want to do here is just try and keep them down in their end and get into halftime 20-8.
So here it is. The kickoff for Luke Hall. Kicks it well. Jermaine Stewart going to receive it. And Stewart running up. Stewart, big hit.
Yeah, Luke
wow.
Hall.
Luke Hall driving him down. Incredible.
Clayton Hawk. Oh, sorry, it's just Dunder Smith and Clayton Hawk. I saw the 5 and I'm like, oh, that's Luke Hall with the helmet. No, it's Dunder Smith. What a great play.
Yeah, he just actually powered through a block by Hayden Rangi to even get them out.
Wow. And age is just a number. Age is just a number. And it's also his jersey.
Yeah. Doing it all. No matter what age he is, Matty C. Father versus daughter today, the Dunder Smith family. Hannah versus Justin. Both making big hits on kickoffs today, Matty C, as well.
We've got a timeout to the Gladiators here.
Yep.
We're getting close to the end of the half. Yeah, the Dunder Smith thing is interesting. It was just one of those weird things where you see players from the same family playing for different clubs. Of course, when I first came back into having contact with the ACTG Justin Dunder-Smith playing for the Centurions and wearing my fabled number 80 jersey.
Yeah.
So I hit it off with him on that. But then the next season he started wearing 49. I'm like, mate, what have you done? You shunned the best number plate you could ever have. And that's what he started to tell me. Well, no, every season I play now, I'm going to wear the year that I've turned in birthdays, because he's been here since the commencement of the league. Like, he's been involved the whole way through, and
since '91 when the junior league was developed.
Like, it's incredible to have sort of this one living and still active player who's been a part of the entire evolution. So yeah, it's just kind of been cool to get to know Justin on a few different levels there, and his football story's kind of cool. And now here he is on one side of the ball, and his daughter, number 84, Hannah, is on the other side of it all, playing for the Centurions.
Back to throw. Kennett. Deep ball. Harris's way. Incomplete. Norris in coverage.
And that one, Dunder-Smith gets great penetration, and the defensive tackle is Madeline Altenberg, who just grabs him and holds him all the way to the ground. She gets away with it, but he generated so much push.
Yeah. Wow. 2nd and 10, Maddie C.
In fact, she's playing centre, Madeline Altenberg.
Yeah.
So there you go. We see Geelong Monday in and out of the game a little bit, and Altenberg played a bit of centre last week as well.
She's been doing really well in that offensive line there as well this whole season. Back to throw. Quick ball. Harris. Flag down immediately, and Harris will get about 6. We'll check the penalty marker though, Maddie C.
We'll just see what the penalty marker is, but there's so many interesting stories amongst players in the league too. That one of the great parts of our role is that the teams have given us such great access to go down and talk to them, and a lot of them will come and approach us too, even just while we're, let's say half-time in the early game, when we traditionally will go sort of get a bit of feed from the canteen down here. And players will just come over and start chatting to us. And when we go over to see teams before the game, players will come over and say hi, or we get a chance to go over and have a yarn. And we've had such great access, and we're very thankful to the players for giving us that, because it just helps you get to learn a little bit about the people under the helmet as well. And we're an amateur league, so it's really nice to get that layer of familiarity with the players.
And offsides on the defense will be the penalty. It is 2nd down and 5 coming up. Let's see where they go here.
So 54 yards in penalties against the Gladiators at this stage. So it's been a tough old start for them.
It has. And 2 receivers either side. Backfield's Claude. There's Jackson actually in the backfield. Back to throw. Kennett. Deep for Harris. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down, Maddie C. And it won't be 3rd down because we got to halftime. Halftime. And Maddie, score 20-8. The Centurions will get the ball to start the second half. Been a great half for both teams, you'd say. Centurions, they're doing pretty well in terms of everything they look to do today. But, Maddie, the Gladiators are still hanging in there.
They are, and what I like about that is they did get kind of pushed off the park a little in the first couple of drives, but they've wrestled their way back into the game, and I'm really pleased to see that. So we'll see how they approach this second half. We've seen the emergence of Jake Humphries in that second quarter as well on both sides of the ball. I mean, Tyler McShane having a little yarn to each other as they come off the field. But as you can see from the conditions out there, it was a bit greasy with some rain before the game. It has also rained a little bit through that second quarter, and it's going to be a cool second half here with a score 20-8 in favour of the Centurions, who they're locked into second place on the ladder. They're going to be playing a 2nd versus 3rd matchup next week against the Stars, no matter what the result of this game is. And players look like they're doing a good job, largely keeping themselves out of injury woe as well.
Look up, Maddie, halftime, 20-8. We'll see you guys after the halftime break.
like Lucky You or something. What is it? Let's grow. With a O instead of a.
And then
with a zero
is it
instead of a
24? 25.
23.
Almost need to jack it up too. That's what I meant. A couple extra Centurions this year.
Thank you.
I can almost do it up. There you go.
Thanks, Gus.
Right. And we're back for the second half kickoff. Luke Hall with the ball on the tee. Jermaine Stewart deep to receive. Our man Chop Valley, a very chilly afternoon here in Canberra. Feels like winter. My guy, Matty C. How's it going, Matty?
Mate, it is cool here. Although my meteorologist Brad tells me it's meant to feel like 16, and it feels like 6. I mean, it is cool.
Maybe -6, Matty C, honestly, as that one goes out the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, I might spend the rest of the broadcast complaining.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's not complain about the football, though. We've had 3 scores from the Centurions in the first half. There was a 4-yard catch to John Sadrunkard and then a 34-yard catch to James Henneke in the first quarter before a 14-yard touchdown catch to James Henneke in the second quarter. It got out to 20-0 pretty quickly. But Brodie Norris took in a hook and ladder touchdown where the pass immediately went to Jake Humphries and then was pitched back to Brodie Norris, who then scurried into the corner post on that far side on the right end of your screen to make it 20 points to 6. And then it converted the 2-point with Bailey McManus getting a big push from the back from Justin Dunder-Smith to get him over the line. That's how we got to where we are.
So 1st and 10. Here's Kennett. Mango Jackson in the backfield. 2 receivers at the top, receiver at the bottom. And let's see what they do here. Kennett. Hand off to Jackson on the delay. Good yardage. Boy, he's hard to stop, Matty C. Gets about 8.
That was a really great run. And you see Jesse Date was playing defensive end, and he got really great penetration, just quicker than the offensive end. And he got around and managed to get a hand on Jackson. But that's all he could do. He hung on for grim death. But Jackson maneuvering and wiggling around, managed to get 8 yards. Really nice start.
2nd and about 2 here. So Jackson. Wayne Woods at the H-back. And you got 2 receivers at the top in Henneke and Zadrunka. Receiver at the bottom, Jasper Harris. Zadrunka in motion. Handoff. Jackson is going to get that first down, Matty.
Yep, 7 carries for 23 yards and picks him up another first down. It's the 8th of the day, but first of the second half.
Move them chains. Let's see what they do here, Matty. 1st and 10.
I mean, look, conditions are greasy. I've got a 2-score lead. While I'm in good stead with down and distance, I'm going to keep pounding the ball. And Mango, he doesn't seem to get tired. He just loves the contact. Loves it when you just keep feeding him the ball. So
definitely.
I feel pretty good to keep doing that.
And here he is again. And Mango Jackson, Matty C. Moves it to a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, just picks up half what you need for the first down. No worries since halftime. He's come out and had 3 runs for sort of 17-odd yards, looking strong. And you know what the great benefit is when you don't have him running the ball, you can just go and put James Majali in, who's also fantastic.
Yeah.
He had 7 carries in the first half, and including a run of 25 yards. He also had 3 other carries over 5. So, you just don't lose anything.
And his 2nd and 5. After a gain of 5, Zadrunka moving around. Handoff again. Jackson will not get back to the line. Great tackle made there, Matty C.
Yeah, man, John. It was just nice penetration coming off that edge. That on that far side of the line, you've got 53, Luke Hall, and then you've also got Clayton Hawke on that far side as well. So just some big bodies. And just a really fast move to get around that end from Hawke as well. He's playing deep, about 3-4 yards deep at the line of scrimmage, and he just reacted so quickly.
Yeah, Bailey Sinfield in the backfield now. 2 receivers. So bottom is Zadrunka and Henneke, and Harris moves to the top of the screen. 3rd and 6. Lost him on that last carry. Moving Sinfield in motion, back to throw. Kennett in trouble. He's going to step around, get chased by Date, looking, floats it off for Sinfield. Incomplete, great pressure from Date.
He was a bit filthy about that too. Kennett, and he's here just having a little high five with Coach Matt Lure on the sideline. That he just done enough to make all that happen, and it just floats it over Sinfield. He was coming back towards him. He wasn't running just towards the sideline. He was also coming back towards the line of scrimmage, and that's why it sailed over his head a little bit. But great pressure again, Date and Hawk.
Yep.
Both putting the pressure on. Hawk had come from the far side at the snap and come right around the back side of the line to put that pressure on. So he's a hungry machine, and he's moving quick.
And Jasper Harris has a big boot. Comes on for the first time today to punt. Brody Norris, a dangerous returner. Has a kick return touchdown this season. See what he does here. Good snap. Oh, Date came through, almost blocked it. But it's going to fall for Norris. And here he is. Let's see what he can do. Gets past McShane. Now he's going down the left sideline. Oh, he's got a bit of room. One man to beat. Rangi gets him down. But a great return to the 40, Matty C. I think you just got to get the ball in this guy's hands a lot more if you're the Gladiators.
That's absolutely unreal. He ends up with, in the realm of about a 42-yard return there. And, I mean, thank goodness that Hayden Rangi got some contact on him and allowed Lane Woods to come over top and finish him off, because he looked so dangerous and he was making moves, he was getting blocks. Great return. They are starting in plus territory, and that's really great news for them. They have had a tough time getting field position at all, starting inside their own 40 every drive, and one of them, they started on their 15-yard line, and that was a good result, because 2 plays before that, they were on their 1 defensively. So here we are with the ball 39 yards out. For the first time today, they start in positive territory. Let's see what they can do. At 20-8, this game is not gone.
Butterfield in the backfield, 2 receivers at the top. Bennett at the bottom of the screen. Handoff, Butterfield, left side, opens up for him. Again, a first down. And he gets down to the 20. He's done this basically every drive, Matty. So he starts with a first down carry.
19 yards on that one as well. Just doing the quick look back, he has had carries of, and these are just the big ones, 10, 17, 20, 10, and 19. That's 5 carries with almost 100 yards written on them.
Unbelievable. Might be flagged down at the end of play. No flag. No flag, Matty C.
His 5 biggest carries are for 75 yards. And almost all of them, as you say, are first down runs. Unbelievable.
Incredible. Yeah.
So that's their 6th first down today, first of the half. The Centurions have got 8 first downs. And that includes they've had 3 touchdowns. This game's been a bit more of a slugfest than you might otherwise have thought.
So 1st and 10 coming up, Matty. 2 receivers to the top. Bennett at the bottom of the screen.
In a lot of space against Jermaine Stewart. Just Bennett and Stewart.
It is.
And Lockie Clark for cover over the top.
Handoff, though. Butterfield. Left side. He's getting through. And gets about 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, it's...
I reckon Kane Emery blocked about 3 different guys on that play. He just came out, made initial contact against the guy in front of him, turned to his left, cleaned out a guy who was on contain, and then turned back and made contact again with the player who he first had contact with, engaged from the line. Just a fantastic play, and all that for a 3-yard gain. Like, it just shows how hard some people are working out there to make something that otherwise doesn't sound extraordinary happen.
Yeah, and he's matched up against Donnie Saunders, Matty.
Gosh, and imagine having time to hit Donnie, get out, hit somebody else, come back and re-engage Donnie, just to try and help hit a 3-yard gain. You know, the least sexy play in all of football, a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, timeout.
And use this timeout to quickly just mention too, you find me when I'm not here on the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show on the Aussie Gridiron Network. You get that anywhere you can get a podcast, the Aussie Gridiron Network, but also featuring that is G'day Gridiron. My mates Ian and Brad, and our Australian representative Nick Cosme from the South Australian League, and our mate Isaac talk through all the NFL action for the week. And then Taylor and I do all the fantasy football stuff. Find that on the Aussie Gridiron Network.
Bennett in at quarterback now. He's going to run it himself. And Bennett gets that first down.
Shameless plug there, by the way.
Yeah. It's fine, Matty. See,
had to be done.
Getting that Aussie grind today up and running over the course of the season. Been an interrupted season for us. It's first down, a goal to go for the 10 here. Or 3rd one? Did they give him the first?
They gave him the first, so the down
marker
is there, but the lollipop chains it in.
It's all good. So first down, a goal to go here from the 10. Let's see what they can do here. Getting something going. Handoff, Butterfield.
Nice play by McShane.
Taken down by McShane.
He came from this side of the line right around the back of that play. He's showing a little bit of toe out there, Tyler McShane. He's looking like a guy who, God, you wouldn't know he's missed any time at all in the last couple of years with some big shoulder injuries, and hasn't had the easiest run of health. And then you see him go and make a play like that. He's not the biggest guy you ever met, and he's playing on a defensive end.
Yeah.
Fantastic play from Tyler McShane. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and goal here from the 10-yard line. 2 receivers at the top. Receiver at the bottom of the screen as well. Looking over the middle. Humphreys! Is he in? 1 yard short.
Now, I'm a big Jake Humphreys fan. So I had the microphone nowhere near my face because I had both my arms up making the touchdown signal, being very hopeful that Jake Humphreys had found a way into the end zone for a 3rd straight week. But we'll have to stand with being 3rd and goal from about the... Oh, gee, is that even 1? It's close.
It's close. It's close as heck, Matty C. Could probably fit an index card between that ball and the 1 yard. The goal line,
the index card is quite a niche reference. I always go with a credit card because I figure everyone knows what a credit card's like. The index card, you're going into some real NFL storytelling there.
Yeah. Came up during the week. It did. As Dundas Smith is in, the big back here.
Bennett's still under center.
Oh, no, a flag.
Delay a game.
See which... Gosh, I would have loved to see Dundas Smith.
Yep, delay a game.
Delay of game. We'll get them, Matty C. To a 3rd and goal from the 6. I wanted to see Dundas Smith punch it in 1 or 2 times on the 1. I was really hoping for it, Matty C.
Yeah, and what I felt like was coming there was the play that we saw convert the 2-point touchdown. I think what we were going to see there is that Bennett would keep it and charge right in behind his line, and then you'd see Dustin Dundas-Smith come in and push him from behind. But now they've moved the ball back out. You're going to see Bennett not under center anymore.
But Dundas-Smith stays in, as you said. 3rd and goal. Back to throw, looking. Under pressure. Good block by Dundas-Smith. And Bennett stuffs up. Intercepted Siamka again. 2nd pick of the day, Matty C.
Oh, my
Still
goodness.
Still a couple to go to get to Tom Wills. But he gets a great pick to save touchdowns, Matty C.
He gets the pick to save the touchdown. And is he going to get touch back as well?
Yes.
He is. I mean, this is fantastic play. What happens there is as that play breaks down, and you could see from the way the route was run that Jake Humphreys charges back towards the inside and then plants his right foot and cuts back towards the back corner post of the end zone. And that's where Bennett wants to go with the ball, but he's delayed getting there because as he steps up on that left side, pressure comes, so he has to step back to his right, and then he thinks he can just float it, but he's forgotten Siemka's there. And what a nice play by the savvy veteran. 2nd intercept today. The other one went for a 50-yard return.
So 1st and 10. Floats it up. Hedeke's way. Tipped Norris. Great play.
Well, and I thought Kyle Smith was going to get in there and disrupt that in the first place too, but it turns out he's just a little late there and the ball gets in underneath him. But Norris and Haneke are having a battle, aren't they?
Yeah. And Norris wins this
And I'm
round.
okay with it. Manjot, sign me up.
Great job there, Matty C. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And Kenneth, 0-3 here in the second half. He hasn't been asked to do a lot. They've got the lead. They've got the ball. Conditions aren't fantastic.
Yeah.
And, they're happily moving the ball on the ground generally as well. But, gee, it's only going to take one of those to really spring one. And Haneke, we've seen him take him 70-plus a few times this year.
So 2 receivers either side. Kenneth, handoff. Here goes Mango Jackson. No, he kept it the whole time, Matty C.
Yeah.
And Zadrunka drops it. 3rd down. You had me fooled there, Matty C. I was watching Mango Jackson the whole time. Someone was one of the defenders.
He sold you. And Kenneth's back there, standing in his pocket and getting great protection too.
Yeah, Mango got tackled, Matty C. It fooled me the whole time. I was like, oh, where's the ball gone?
Look, and this line is doing a great job. We've got Tim Chalker and Henry Vevers this side of the centre. Madeline Altenberg's playing centre. And you got Luke Wallace on the far side as well. And they've just held that lineup. Luke Wallace and Ed Lyle, they're just doing a fantastic job. And Kenna had a lot of time there to watch for that route to develop. And Zadrunka, just sadly, it was just far in front of him enough that he couldn't quite reel it in.
So 2 receivers offside in the spread formation. Zadrunka goes in motion as Kennett. Play breaks down.
Panaccio's got him.
Panaccio holds on for dear life. It'll be 4th down, Matty C. Panaccio famously had a 2 interception returns in a row against Kennett a few weeks ago.
He did. Oh, my gosh. In that 32-12 game. Do you remember talking to Jack after the game on that one?
Yeah.
He was like, the first one felt like a dream. The second one felt like I died. He just couldn't believe what was happening. He's like, surely this is not happening.
Lots of one there.
And it's so easy to enjoy talking to a player who just gets so much joy out of his football, don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
This is a team that even at that stage they hadn't won a game all year and weren't particularly close in some of those games, but he was still talking with so much joy about some of the good things that were happening.
Oh, Harris rushed by Panaccio on cue. Here goes Norris, and Brody Norris looking, blocked by Bennett.
Oh,
And there goes Norris down to the 35. They're going to call that one.
lovely hit at the end of that play, but I think we're going to end up getting Bennett for the push to clear out the first chaser there, the first
Flag down.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get, is that I think we're going to get Will Bennett for a push, for a block in the back, like an illegal block.
Yeah, watching Bennett again. Yep, in the back, Matty C.
Yeah. You know, it's not a death sentence because it happens, you know, way out near like the attacking sort of 45. So you lose 10 yards from there, puts the ball just back on their own side of halfway. Not even. Ball is from the 40, so it's the ball is a ball length into their own end.
Yeah. And you're right. The tip of the ball right on the 50, Matty C. But with the way they were moving the last drive, Matty, it's still in it. Didn't have McManus at the end of the drive. So really, if you have Bailey McManus back there, Matty, anything's possible now.
Anything is possible now, and you see they've got the ball on halfway. This is some of the best field position they've had. Last time they started with the ball on 39, and they got all the way down to the 1 before the intercept. So they've been able to move it the last couple of drives.
Handoff, Butterfield bouncing, and he gets 3 yards, breaks the streak there, Matty, of him getting a first down on the first carry of the drive.
That's true, but, you know, it's not sexy getting 3 yards, but if you can get 3 yards every play, you win games, right? Because you're just never punting, you're always moving the ball. And it's not a sexy play in football, but he just does what you need. And John Butterfield has been playing fantastically well today.
He has 2nd and 7. Remains in the backfield there, Butterfield. Casey and Humphreys at the top screen. Bennett at the bottom. Got number 88 at tight end as well. See what they can do. McManus awaits the snap. Back to throw, looking. Backwards.
Yeah.
Butterfield falls onto it. McManus threw that backwards, Matty C. And they're going to lose yards.
He did. And that was the crucial thing about that play, is that because he threw it to Butterfield's right shoulder as he was looking back, it was behind the line of scrimmage and the pass went backwards. If he threw it to his left shoulder as he was turning back, that pass would have been forwards. Like, he was right on the line. So it meant that that ball was live until somebody jumped on it. That was the equivalent of a fumble. Yep. That was live.
Lost to 6 on that one, 3rd and 13. Tough one there for Butterfield, Matty C.
That is. I mean, he's had 84 yards today, so for him to have to cop -6 on that one, that's not really fair. Yeah. He'd been on 84 prior to that carry. You know, it's just starting to, you know, get ready to announce his 100 yards the next time he had a first down run.
Let's see. 3rd down and 13. Sorry. Just reading that wrong. 3rd and 13. Back to throw. McManus dancing around. Floats it up for Bennett, incomplete. It's 4th down. McManus pushed by Woods at the end of the play, but there was not enough to make that a roughing the passer, Matty.
No, and I think Woods doing his best to downplay it, and McManus doing his best to upsell it. So, you know, probably fair enough to let that one sit. 4th and 13. Jesse Date comes in, and Jermaine Stewart goes back.
Yeah, and really, he made contact right as the pass was thrown.
Yeah.
Nothing very much from Lane Woods there.
No, he's allowed to do that, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of a sell, as you said, Matty C. Down, Yemka. Turnover on downs. That's basically like an interception.
Touchdown Jesus there, doing a great job getting in, breaking that up. Intercept Jesus, we might have to call him at the moment. He's not just the initials, but also when he was carrying a little bit of facial hair, he definitely had a bit of a look of some of those, the toasted cheeses that was getting around there on the internet for a while. Siamka, very veteran play. I thought but Date was still going to get the punt away, but then tucks it down and tries to make something out of it. Very, very fortunate that didn't end worse.
Definitely, Matty C. And here it is, 1st and 10 coming up, Matty. For the Centurions in positive territory. And you got to think, they had a great start, didn't they? They had a great start to the first quarter, but the scoring's dried up a bit since. Let's see what they can do here.
It's the first time they've had the ball in positive territory since the drive that put them up 14-0.
Oh, no! Kenneth, he can't get there. Jesse Date cleans up. And just after he made the mistake, Date makes up for it and gets his team back the ball.
Wow, what a play. They lose 11 yards on the play and possession. Just an incredible play by Jesse Date to get in there and pick that ball up.
And Matty, boy, we listened to Coach Matt Lure pregame. What everything to be fixed up. I got to say, plays like that, he's not going to be happy going into next week's playoffs. You can't have this go into playoffs.
Well, and just not all that long ago, we were a yard away from maybe having a very narrow one-score game, and they managed to survive it. But now you give the ball back to this Gladiators team again, 40 yards out from your own line. That was something that we'd seen earlier in the half, and they drove it all the way to the one. So, they got Bennett out there under center at the moment, back in the shotgun. And they feel like they can move this ball.
Handoff, here's Butterfield again, and Butterfield holding up the line.
Well done.
But there's a flag in the backfield, Matty C, and I don't think that one will count. We'll talk about that turnover battle, Matty C. 2 turnovers to 1. The Centurions on top of that one. Here, we're going to repeat first down, holding on the offense.
So 7th penalty against the... 8th accepted penalty against the Gladiators. They've had plenty of long ones. They've had an unnecessary roughness and a DPI that were both for 15 yards and a couple of holds for 10. Now all of a sudden, that starts racking it up. They've almost 70 yards in accepted penalties.
So back to the start of the previous drive, Matty C.
Yeah.
As well. They've been stuck in this middle of the field for the second half. They could get the ball in the hands of Jake Humphries sooner or later, I would think. Oh, he's looking that way, Bennett. He's dancing around. He wants Humphries. He's under pressure. McShane's got him. And Saunders with the sack.
And he'll sack him for about an 9-yard loss. That's an incredibly good play. You're now at 2nd and 29. Oh, my gosh. It is a long way back from that.
Wow, Matty C. Donnie Saunders, once again, off the edge. We've been saying it all season. This kid, he's got a big future.
Yeah, he really does. We think he is probably one of the best players on this defense at the moment, given how young he is, too. He plays juniors.
Yeah.
And then backs up for the seniors. So he's got a lot of growth in so many ways. Not just that he's a young bloke, his body will develop. He'll get more strength, he'll get more speed, but also he is just developing in terms of how much gameplay he gets, how much experience he gets playing against some of these really good offensive linemen for some of these great teams. Like we know the Wolves line is very good. He still causes trouble against them. And, he's a teenager. He's a young bloke with a lot of growth. So excited to see how he develops as his career drives on. I just kind of imagine there's probably a world for him that isn't here in the ACT that we may end up seeing him going on to bigger things.
Yeah, like college, Matty C, I think. Yeah, he's talked about it. He wants a bit more college football sort of action, Matty C.
Yeah, well, I find it hard to deny that he'd have that opportunity and that he's likely. I think that's all relatively fair.
Second down, 29 yards to go, Matty
Yep.
C. A long way for Bennett in this offense. They're going backwards this half. Had that one good drive, but they haven't got anything. Here's the main man, Humphreys. Oh, that was dangerous.
That was. And Sinfield thought he was about to pick some pocket there. That ball stayed up a little longer, but Humphreys, yeah, that's not just a 6'7" thing. He was showing there. He was showing he was juggling.
The bobble. Yeah, that's the ref's call for bobbles, everyone.
He wasn't looking at Clayton Hort's jersey, I promise.
Or Reese Ashmore on the other side too, man.
Yeah. Got plenty of them.
Yeah. Third down coming up.
They're getting 700, by the way. Like that. Just remembering, the first down is at the attacking 30, because the original line of scrimmage was the attacking 40.
Yeah, wow.
I'm old enough to remember that when this drive started there.
And you're young enough to make 6-7 jokes, Matty C.
Well, now I've got children, so that helps.
Yeah. Oh, they got them to jump. And unabated to the quarterback. Unabated to the quarterback, Matty C as well.
Good job. They got 5 yards back. Well done.
Offsides.
Only the third penalty against the Centurions today. This is a very different team to what we saw last week. We had so many disciplinary missteps and executional missteps. This time around, we've had a false start and offsides and one illegal formation. That sounds much more like a Centurions football game. 15 total yards.
Yep. And look, Matty C, I have to say it. They need 5 more of those, the Gladiators, to get a first down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's how long away back they are. That 5 yards is still not helping at the moment. McShane comes off the edge. Bennett under pressure.
Oh,
Bennett
Wallace almost had
floats
him.
it up. Oh, there goes Humphreys. And Humphreys will get about 10 yards on
Nice
that.
fight. Nice fight. That's going to be 4th and 15. So he's done a fair bit to bring that back. They did have it back at 4th and 24. So he'll get about 9 yards on the catch.
Timeout. Injury timeout. Bailey Sinfield down, Matty C.
Yeah, just really good contact there. Sinfield and Humphreys have been having a really good battle, like a really good physical battle. It's clearly been a really good cat and mouse as well. Maybe a little bit of chat between them too, I hope, because those are the funnest when you can have a little chat to the guy who's opposite you, whether you're the corner or the wide receiver. I used to love having a little chat. The corner used to cover me a little bit. Jason Ray. Used to have a little yarn with him, give him a little bit of curry, have him give me a little bit of stirring back. It's all part of the good, clean fun of the game, a bit of the competitiveness. But now hopefully Sinfield will be okay. He's up and moving now, which is great to see. He hasn't had all his way this year with injuries as well either, Bailey. So it'll be just hope he'll. You just don't want anyone to see anyone getting hurt in a game here where we already know that the outcomes of the teams are. One team's playing in a match-up next week. The other team, the season will be over at the end of this game. And just want everyone to emerge okay.
Yeah, and a bit of light drizzle around Matty C as well. So it's a tough day for everyone.
Just misty rain. It's just pesky,
Yeah, it makes it feel very slippery. Let's see if Dake gets a punt off this time. He's had one snap go too high, one snap go too low as well. He's had one clean one, which he was able to punt it away for good chunk of yardage. But Matty, on his 4th punt, better hopes for much of the 2nd punt, really. He gets a good snap. Oh, that was high. Oh, he can't field that. He's got to use his legs. Got to kick it this time. And it gets back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to mark him at right on that 46-yard line where the play started. And the whole thing just kind of, the last 2 punt plays have gone a bit sideways.
Yeah.
Their long snapper usually is Isaac Tialvia. He's been out the last couple of weeks. He's been hurt. Crushed too. I saw him before the game and he was saying, I really hate missing time.
Yeah.
And if I could be out there, I'd be out there. You know that. I'm like, I know that. But you can see that they miss him.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do, Matty C. And we will see what the Centurions can do on 1st and 10. You have 2 receivers at the bottom, Ziff Drunker and Henneke. Receiver tops Harris. Got Mango Jackson in there. Lane Woods at the H-back. Handoff. Jackson is a fake. And they're going deep. Oh, Zadrunka with the catch. Bennett was coming through.
Oh.
But a great catch by Zadrunka gets them inside the 40 to the 35, Matty C.
An 18-yard catch to John Zadrunka. And do you see the concentration?
Yeah.
Now, this is a guy who's generally his role is in special teams. And they've had him out there as a receiver a fair bit this year, but it's not what he does the most. And that was a really great job of concentrating. As that contact was coming, you're watching the ball, you can hear the footsteps, you can kind of see a shadow coming your way. And it is tough to concentrate on keeping that ball and seeing it the whole way through. But even better, he kept himself inbounds and made a few more yards.
So 1st and 10, Matty.
I'm really proud of Johnny Z today. He's got the touchdown catch. He got the extra point after. He took that beautiful catch. He might be my favourite player on the field today for the Centurions. He might have just, well, I don't know. Touchdown
good.
Jesus is also up there.
Just good. End of the 3rd there, Matty. And moving on to quarter number 4. The Gladiators got to do something special to win this one, you'd say. The Centurions are well on top, but let them hang around, Matty C. It could have been a one-score game if it wasn't for Julian C. I've got touchdown Jesus, as you were just talking about just then. And, yeah.
I don't really know why we call him that, but I love it.
It's just the long hair. It's the long hair.
We're at the end of the 3rd where there was a scoreless quarter. It was,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that that's how it was going to be. And really, I think it's weird to think that the Gladiators have probably had the better of that quarter in terms of field position, but they just couldn't move it. They just...
Yep.
More of their drives went backwards and forwards in that one, and they were the beneficiaries of picking up a fumble on an 11-yard loss as well, but just weren't able to do anything with it. And they'd gotten themselves all the way down to the 1 and couldn't get any points. So I think these might be the things that might determine why the outcome is how it is right now, and if that's the result we get at the end. And they'll look back at moments like those and kind of shake their head a bit.
Fake. Kennett gets around the defensive end, and he's got to go down. Big tackle there, Matty C.
Yeah, Rowan Murphy's not he's not letting you get away with that one. Comes around the edge, and he'll hunt you down. But nice gain there, 3 yards. Just don't do too much. Do what you need to. Don't do too much. Kennett, every time I talk to him before the game, he's like, man, I feel sore. I feel tired. This is tough. I'm not as young as I used to be. But then you see him do things like that. He just moves with such freedom. He does just enough. The experience really comes in.
So 2nd and 8. They officially marked it for 2 yards there, Matty C. As 2nd and 8. Let's see what they can do here. So Kennett wearing the number 0 as well, just a note. Usually Jackson Nelms' his number. Back to throw. Looking deep. Over the middle. Henneke with the catch. When you need a big play the most. James Henneke, Matty C.
Yeah,
We'll
look
get
at that. And that's a 24-yard gain and beautiful pass. Well, what was great about that concept too is that he was lined up outside of Zadrunka, and Zadrunka went on the go, straight up the field, straight line. And what it meant then was that Henneke could really pick the time that he cut in, and it just helped get Norris tangled up a little bit in it, and it meant that he had position over Norris. He did a great job high-pointing that ball and coming down with it in stride. So just a really nice play all around. 24-yard gain, 1st down.
So 1st and goal from the 10. Norris against Henneke again. That's the big matchup we're talking about today.
Well, if they score here, I think that'll do it.
And here is Mango Jackson. Bouncing for
ball's
ball's out! What a hit! Was that Hawk again, Matty C? No, it was Hall. It was Hall there, Matty C, on the big hit.
What a great hit.
Wow. Oh, wow. He got his helmet there into him. Just watching it again.
And no gain.
No gain indeed. 2nd down, a goal to go here. 10 yards away. 2 receivers at the top. Harris at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one. Let's see what they can do. Trying to ice the game here, Zadrunka. Moving around. Handoff. Here's Mango again.
Nice.
Trusting him again. And just like a bus, Matty C, he's carrying people. Trying to get in the end zone. Destination end zone, not quite achieved though.
Not quite. And great contact there. Panasio in on that, as well as Justin Murray making some good contact on that. But good push up front. Again, this right side of the line. Ed Lyle, Luke Wallace. 65's our centre there at the moment. Look, they're just getting a good push. That's Henry Vivas. Just getting a good push.
Yeah. Third down goal here. Mango in the backfield. See what they do. Fake. Pass. Henneke! Touchdown, Centurions! And once again, Matty C, as I said, for that last catch, when you need a big play, James Henneke is your man.
Yeah, do. And he gets his third touchdown today. It's an 8-yard touchdown catch that promotes the score up to 26 points to 8. He has got 5 catches today, a 34-yard receiving touchdown in the first quarter, a 14-yard receiving touchdown in the second quarter, and now here, what I think will probably be the play that really determines the outcome of this game, an 8-yard touchdown catch.
Oh, a bit slippery. And coming in late was Norris, and that's going to be a flag.
The result of the play is that the kick goes wide. Is it going to be after, or is it going to be re-kick?
He's roughing the kick of Matty. Yeah, he came in to block it. Got a little too much contact. I think it's roughing the kicker.
Yeah, there you go.
Roughing the holder instead, Matty C. But, yeah, that's going to result in us reattempting this kick, Matty C.
And he'll be trying it from about a yard and a half closer. So
Yep.
there you go. This will be closer to an 18-yard attempt than a 20-yard attempt.
Indeed. And tipped, but through. I think Bennett got his hand on that one, Matty C.
It
Still
sounded
managed
like,
to
you
go.
know, and really great, comfortable patience by Henneke to get that ball, get it down, and then, you know, get the laces out. And Zadrunka makes such beautiful contact with it, but that ball, grub it along the ground, and just no panic from Henneke, which the game he's having,
Yeah.
he is kind of having the Damien Smith game that we saw earlier. He was just, he had a big play early and you just couldn't repress him for the rest of the game. And I kind of feel like Henneke has those games too. He had that really big play in the first quarter, and now, you know, he's really playing mistake-free football in a way that, gee, if you can do something to kind of ruffle his momentum early on, then sometimes he finds it hard to get going. But on a day like this where he has a big play early, like, watch out. Well, too late now. He's got 3 touchdowns.
Well, here the Gladiators, again, like we were saying earlier, needs something special to be able to get back in this one. Boy, they had some chances, Matty C, but maybe it might have just slipped away just then.
Yeah, I reckon that may be it. The update too from Bailey Sinfield is he's just in the medics tent down here, thanks to Positive Motion, who are our physios for the league games. And he's just got a bit of ice on the knee, but looking okay. Hopefully no long-lasting trouble.
Oh, Jesse Date. Jesse Date! Through the middle! Down inside the Centurions' 40-yard line. Wow.
That is a terrific return from Jesse Date, and you love that. He's taken this one on his 10, and he's taken it well over halfway and returned it 53 yards. How about that? Young Jesse Date.
Indeed, Matty C. And let's see what we can see here from Bailey McManus on this drive.
Yeah, well, they need it like nobody's business. Now that they're in this hole, 27-8, it's 3 scores. You do kind of think maybe that means that the result's over. They had their opportunities to try and score points in the third quarter and just weren't able to do it. You still want to see them go ahead and accomplish that, though, here in the fourth quarter. We want to see them score some points and finish their season, which hasn't gone the way they would have hoped in any way, really. Finish on a high with some good execution from some of their real good young talent.
So, receiver either side, 2 running backs now. They said they pull something in terms of tricks out of the bag today. It's one of them. Brody Norris. Great run, Matty C. And you get that first down. Ball's out! Diving on it.
He eventually worked out you don't have to pick it up. You can just fall on it, Donnie
Donnie
Saunders.
Saunders.
And there
Just
you go.
continuing that great season, Matty C.
It was a 10-yard gain, and then as he was lurching forwards, the ball comes out, and they'll get the ball from way down inside their 20, even though the ball came out closer to the 30.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's the second turnover was from Siemka, and now a third turnover here in the second half. And I didn't see who pulled it out, but Donnie Saunders jumps on it.
Unbelievable. And yeah, that's probably the nail in the coffin there, Matty C.
Yeah, that's the Siemka touchback intercepts. It does so many things, right? It takes away what should have been a score, it changes possession, and it gives your opponents 20 yards. It is like 3 slaps across the face, all in one play. And I think that really did a lot to break the momentum, because while they continue to get good field position, they couldn't do anything with it.
Too many men on the field, Matty C.
Also just wanted to give an update too. After that roughing the holder call, James Henneke came off the field after that extra point, was ultimately successful, and was complaining about a right knee. He's been down with a trainer. He's been getting taped up. I don't think there's anything really wrong. I don't think it's going to hamper his ability to play. But clearly just, there was definitely something lingering coming out from that roughing that happened while he was holding there. But he's taped up and he's looking all right. But, just a funny little thing that happens there sometimes. You just see players down spending a bit of time with the medics. And
yeah, timeout Gladiators, by the way. They're trying to get player off, but could not. Have to make sure they get the timeout in time to avoid losing the 5 yards.
Yeah.
So first and 10.
Yeah, just kind of keep my eye on what goes on with players when they're checking out what's going on with their with the trainers down here on the sideline. Just get the 3 sign from James Henneke as well as he looked up. He went and grabbed his helmet and looked up and gave me the 3 sign. So I gave him the 1 more sign.
Yeah.
Give us 1 more, mate.
It's in your fantasy team, I guess.
I tell him he's in my fantasy team every time, whether he is or not.
And there goes Jackson. Still breaking through, Matty C.
Nice gain.
About 7.
It's his 12th carry of the day too, Mango, and he got off to a slowish sort of start. He only had 11 yards by half-time. But in the second half, he had 17 yards on the first 3 carries, and he's had another 8 since. So well up over 30 yards on today. And just now the clock is the 12th player on your team, so you might as well use it.
2nd and 4 coming up. Yeah.
Also, seen Hannah Dunder-Smith off the field as well.
Yep.
Done for the day. Doesn't look injured, just done for the day by looks.
Back to throw. Quick one. Tyler McShane. Here he is. Tyler, the guy who's really been a great defensive player all over, getting a catch and run for the first down.
Yeah, really nice. He gains 11 yards from that one. Mate, he has played a lot of time on defense today. He's only the 3rd different pass catcher on this offense today. Would you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. Kind of only having Sadrunka and Henneke catching Matty C. That's a crazy stat for you.
Yeah, isn't it? And here he is. He's 8 of 16 today and looking pretty good.
Here it is. 1st and 10. Centurions football. Up 27-8. And Kennett keeps it. Kennett moving through first down and even more. Taken down by Luke Hall eventually. They get closer to 50.
Yeah, he's going to gain 16 yards, 17 yards on that one.
1st and 10. And yeah, Matty, interesting. I mean, these are tough final few minutes of your season for the Gladiators, isn't it?
It is, and I've been on teams where, we've gone through the whole season winning a game maybe, and there's a little bit of a relief getting to the end of the season because, it's tough when you haven't had a lot of success, but you almost immediately miss it. So these guys, even though it hasn't gone the way they had hoped, they'll be sad when there's no football next week.
They will. It's 1st and 10 coming up here. Back to throw. Kennett. Here he is. Henneke intercepted. No, dropped. I thought that was Bennett's for sure, Matty C. I thought Bennett had that all the way. He's being consoled by everyone.
Well, and it should have been, but, he had position and there was nothing Henneke could have done to get in there. But just the conditions having their say as well. It's misty rain out there. It's not windy, but it's, it's cold and it's misty and it's a bit greasy. So, let's give Will Bennett maybe just a little bit of slack there. In a game where, look, the result's probably already away. So he breaks up the pass. You got to pass break up. Let's focus on that.
Exactly. 2nd and 10. Get it out of Henneke's hands. That's the way. Jackson.
Oh, Les Moore had him.
Going.
Oh,
he's still going. What a run for the first down.
It's mango season. I hear that from the sideline. Les Moore had him right about 4 yards of loss and just could not hang on. And then all of a sudden the gap opened up and Jackson was away. And he did a great job of getting second level contact and continuing to move. Picks up a first down, 11 yards gained, even though that should have been a 4-yard loss. Nice penetration by 66, Les Moore.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Les. So much good, as you said, Matty C. But Mango just fighting through it. Go fake it to him. I think they want Henneke.
Oh, Moore almost had it.
Oh, Haragi caught it! Oh my goodness! Wow, a couple of breaks here, Matty C. It really, I don't know, Matty C. Those last couple of plays, they've really had a couple of things go their way.
They have.
It's really just players fighting for it.
And isn't it kind of funny, when you're a team who, you get some breaks, isn't it sort of funny sometimes how those lucky plays just sometimes sort of go to the team who've got the lead and they're just playing with their tails up a little bit, and that they so often go against a team who've just had a tough run of it. Just a couple of really nice lucky plays there. And what a great catch by Rangi, who had to absorb the contact at the same time, did so, and his defender fell off while he stayed up. Nice play.
Bring in number 44 as well, one of the young receivers, the Centurions. 2nd and 1. Oh, the fake. And there goes Kennett. Wow, what a sell on the kid.
Oh, my gosh.
And he gets the first.
So good. He should have been eaten alive by Hawk. He should have been eaten alive by, who else we got in there? Looks like Rowan Murphy got in there as well.
Yeah.
Mate, he's an escape artist there, and he goes and gains another 9 yards.
Oh, don't you just love a read option, Matty C, when you're the offense?
And then you just love the speed and strength of the excellent athlete. And Bo Kennett, he's going to come off the field, and the second the final whistle sounds, everything's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But nothing hurts in a play like that. He just gets up and does, and he doesn't think twice about it. You can't switch that off in a competitor like Bo Kennett.
Yeah, you cannot. 1st and 10 coming up. See what he does. Back to throw. Looking deep. Zadrunka's open. He's going to get it cut back. One man to beat, and he's inside the 10.
Johnny Zadrunka is having the catching game of his life. He's been brought down at the 6-yard line. How fantastic for Johnny Z on what was, what do we have there? That's a 17-yard reception for Johnny Zadrunka.
He's just a guy, Matty C.
3 for 39 and a touchdown. Plus he's got 3 extra points. He's having a day.
Let's see, one more touchdown.
Johnny Z day at work today.
One more touchdown, surely, Matty C. Fake. And they're going to go through with Will Clode. And Will Clode's going to get 3 yards. Yeah, I meant to fake pass, Matty C. I do apologize to everyone at home. Kennett's getting me those fakes today. I think that hay fever is also getting to me too.
Oh, I think so. You poor bugger.
Yeah, drowsiness. I'm not as alert as I usually am.
It gets tough. This is your 6th hour of describing things you see as you see them, and it's an exhausting job to do when you're at your best. So, mate, when you're under the weather, it's twice as hard.
Yeah, and Bo Kennett makes it harder with all the fakes he's doing. He's like
Mr. Misdirection back there.
Just pulling out the football from his running back's hands and everything, and he gives it this time to Claude, And Chloe will not get past Les Moore that time.
No.
Third down coming up. He didn't gain a yard. Might have lost a couple.
Yeah, I reckon he lost at least one there. And Tommy Stevenson it is who plugs up that hole.
Yeah.
Does a great job in there. He's such a young player too, Tom. And as he's played more seasons, you can see he's just starting to get, there's not a lot of space in there. So speed isn't always so helpful when you're in the interior there. But he's strong, but he's getting really good technique with the hands and able to shed the blocks.
Third down and goal to go here. See what they can do.
Time.
Timeout.
Well, I'm joking about it being Johnny Z Day at work. I was watching Empire Records the other day where they have the big pop star come in and they said, it's Rex Manning Day at work today and everyone's excited about this visit. If I knew that it was going to be Johnny Z Day at work today, mate,
you'd be excited.
I would have been so excited. I would have chased him down before the game. But I'm going to be chasing him down after the game. And it's not every day he's going to end up with 3 catches and a touchdown.
Yeah.
You see James Henneke with 3 touchdowns. He's been really hard to stop since he got a bit of early momentum. And Bo Kennett, he's thrown 10 completed passes today, from his 19 attempts. He's got the 3 touchdowns. He had that fumble, which was a bit regrettable, but I think he's done a really good job just commanding this offense, doing what it needs to do. The results never really been in doubt. The opportunity for the Gladiators to bring the margin into a narrow score was on, but there's really never sort of been anything that this offense has done to really put themselves in jeopardy. And it's just great veteran experience and leadership, and they're going to need every bit of that next week when they come up against a very plucky Stars team in that 2 and 3 playoff, because the Stars, nothing to lose, mate. Nothing to lose for them.
Yeah. Well, third and goal from the 5. Mango Jackson in the backfield. 3 receivers to the top. Receiver at the bottom. Have a feeling that's Benji Husky, but I'm not entirely sure, Matty C. Have to check.
I hope so. We love Huskies in this league.
Yeah, I have a feeling he has the same stance as Wilson, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check. Handoff. No, it's going to get kept and stopped.
Yeah, Kennett loses about 2 on that one.
Panacho in there.
3, in fact.
Murphy in there. And Stevenson in there, Matty C. He's going to bring up 4th down.
They collapse that pocket, and what do you do?
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning? Do you keep the offense out there, or do you send Johnny Z out there to throw the 3-pointer over?
I want to see Johnny Z. But
I want to see a Johnny Z touchdown again. I want to see a double for Johnny Z, mate.
But when you got Henneke there, this is a very high percentage play just to throw it up there for Henneke. He's up there somewhere. Just throw it up there, you catch it.
All right, he's got such an advantage over Norris in terms of height as well, which is handy.
Let's see.
There aren't defenders in the league who are as tall and as fast.
There he is. Touchdown, Centurions! On cue, Henneke once again, Matty C.
There you go.
We just knew it. Didn't we?
Well, and I don't think we've seen a day like this from a receiver where they've caught so many touchdowns. It was 2 seasons ago where we saw James McCullough with 2 receiving touchdowns and 2 return touchdowns on his birthday, the 4-touchdown birthday day. But a 4 receiving touchdown day from James Henneke. He has 2 8-yard catches here in the second half to go along with his 34 and 14-yard touchdown catches in the first half. This game,
testing my memory here,
33-8.
Yeah, you're testing my memory here. Probably have to go back one day and make a spreadsheet of all the touchdowns and the records we have and stuff. And here it is. The extra point attempt is good. Yeah, you're really testing it, Matty C. I'm not sure with the caliber of receivers we had. I mean, you talked about Mikuliv. I mean, 2 receiving, 2 returns on his birthday.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns in a game. I mean, yeah.
I can think of a bunch of 3s.
I mean, if you count quarterbacks, I mean, they're running it in
But they're not receiving any. I saw Phillips with a receiving touchdown from Charlie O'Brien a few weeks ago.
After he scored 6 of his own as well, passing and rushing.
But they're passing, they're not receiving, they're not rushing. So, it's just, don't see 4 very often.
Not very often. And
Yeah.
it's probably up there for the record for sure. For sure, Matty C.
I had a 3 receiving touchdown day once, but never 4. It's a special thing. It's a special thing. So
I had 4 in a recess about 10 years ago.
Yeah?
Almost.
There you go.
10-year anniversary coming up.
what was the quality of your opponent like? Just thinking about the level we've got here at ACTG.
It was a footy boys at Line of High School,
Oh, yeah.
I caught 4 in the recess and then 1 at the start of lunch, so it was like 5 touchdowns in 30 minutes. That's like a half of football, And then they didn't throw the ball my way the rest of the game.
Sounds
Needed to share
wise.
Touchdowns.
Sounds very wise.
During lunch. So here is
All right. But
John Butterfield. He's going to take it at the 39, and he won't get much. And yeah, Matty, I haven't really told that story before. It's been a while. I mean,
you've told it to me, but you haven't told it to
To
the viewing public, mate.
yeah, I know. It's not what. It's just recess football. They're feeding me I was just a big tight end, and yeah, I mean, I was just catching touchdowns, Matty. See, like I was Jack Dugdale in the earlier game. A very dependable target. I had a big,
James Henneke in this game, maybe.
yeah, exactly. But I just had that big body frame like Jack Dugdale, and I was just reeling it in. Like this is 10 years ago now. I'd still be playing flag. I think I had a 4 touchdown night some night last year.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
over
go.
a couple games. So I was
It's
going
very rare.
crazy.
Very
Going
rare.
crazy. Yeah.
Did you have a 4 intercept day? Did you have the
Nah.
Tom Wills day?
That's
that's
I
rarefied
probably
air.
have 4 interceptions in my in the last 2 years, sort of
Probably
thing.
right.
As McManus pitches it, there goes Norris, and Norris right side will get the first down. And except for one drive, maybe Matty C started with a 10-yard run plus on every drive. It's a very unique streak.
Well, and to not have scored as well, like they just haven't scored any points in the second half, and to only have the 1 touchdown on the entire day when they've had such great benefit of being able to move the ball so fast on first down. It's been interesting.
And he's going to pitch it. That's a forward pitch, but he was behind the line. He's going to get back to 6 there.
And that
And
is the game.
that will do it. So Matty C, an incredible game, finishes off with the Centurions 34, the Gladiators 8. It's not finished yet. There's a timeout. on the
Oh, a
field.
timeout.
Oh. Happy there, Matty C. At least I know it was like 2nd and 5. It's all good. I think timeout Gladiators. Probably want to throw in one more trick play for us, Matty C.
I hope so. Jesse Date promised a trick play. He delivered with that play call for the hook and ladder. They didn't work the first time. The play straight to Humphries. It was a little high. You end up having to play a little bit of cornerback to make sure that he knocked it down instead of Jermaine Stewart picking up an intercept. And then 2 plays later, they went straight back to it and got the touchdown from it. And I'd like to see something like that again. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Last plays of the season, in a season where not a lot's going your way, and it'd be nice to go out on a bit of a high.
Indeed, Matty C. 2nd and 5 coming up. So they're still talking about it. Speaking of Jake Humphries, in line to fill in for us next week, Matty C, for the playoff game.
That's true. Man, you're going to be interstate one direction. I'm going to be interstate a different direction.
Yeah,
But the game is in good hands, clearly.
definitely. And I think got David Smith potentially as well. You guys will find out who's filling in. But definitely we're going to get Jake Humphries back up there. I'm going to be at the Capture the Flag tournament in Brisbane. Big opportunity again. International flag tournament. Be great. They got the 2 running backs in 2nd and 5. Very much looking forward to it, Matty C.
Oh, yeah. Tell us a bit more about that in a sec, too, yeah?
2nd and 5. I know there's a trick play coming. They're moving that H-back back a couple yards here and there. Hand off to Norris.
Oh,
And he gets about
Clyde
2
tickled his ribs.
Wow.
But this Capture the Flag tournament, it's an international tournament. There's teams come over from other parts of the Oceania Pacific area, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be great, Matty C. I mean, looking forward to it. Went last year. It was pretty good. I mean, looks even better in Brisbane as well. A lot of the Brisbane flag teams will be there, I believe, as well. 3rd and 3 coming up. So, yeah, be a good opportunity. Can't wait to get down there. Shout out to Liam Price and everyone organising my way there and everything. You guys have done a great service for myself as Butterfield gets the first down. Yeah, I can't wait, Matty C. I mean, it's going to be a great weekend. Hopefully the weather way better than what we got today.
Yeah.
I got to say, I mean, yeah, I'm just like resting the voice at this point, getting ready for next week. 3 days of commentary coming up from my way. Timeout Gladiators, third and final of the half, so we won't see any stoppages for the rest of the way. But, yeah, Matty, I mean...
Not your first rodeo
not
either,
my
mate.
first, yeah, but 3 days have expanded the tournament and everything. We have a few ACT players as well, of course. Lady Gremlins, they're in Vietnam this week for a tournament, but they're also going to be at Capture the Flag from what I've seen as well. And a few of the guys going across as well. Heard from Matt Phillips, he's going to be there, I think. Going to see some familiar names like Mitch Collins and maybe like a James Micallef or something. Yeah, Cody Donlan. Yeah, those sort of caliber names, they'd probably be there. Let's see. Let's see, Matty C. It'll be great. It'll be a great tournament, I think. And first and 10 coming up for the 41. Yeah, I can't wait for it, Matty.
Mine not nearly as interesting. You've got your Capture the Flag tournament. Not your first time there. And sounds like it's just going to be a hoot. And it's great to see that they're inviting the Voice of Australian Gridiron up there. It just would not be the same tournament without it, where I'll be going in a different direction for a family event. So I won't be around next week either. But we'll be back for that grand final. But doesn't mean I won't be keeping up with what goes on. I'll be very interested to see what next week's game's like.
And I will be too. Oh, they do it again! But read very well by Lockie Clark. He knows when he sees something once, how to stop it the second time.
You can sort of see that play developing pretty quick, didn't you? You can see that play developing pretty quick as Humphreys gets a 6th catch for the day.
Trying to get
77 yards.
Back to throw, looking.
Well, he's going to get killed.
Saunders, pitch, into... Oh, it's caught. It is caught.
Now, there was a whistle well before that, so the play will be dead before from the whistle, but...
They caught him in the wraps of Saunders.
And that ball bounces off Mango Jackson's knee into the guts of John Butterfield.
Yeah.
But the play had been whistled dead before that.
And so there's going to be a flag.
And it was definitely a pass. It wasn't fumbled for it. It was definitely a pass by McManus.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep this voice low, Matty C.
Yeah.
But that play.
That's the problem. You are at the very back end of a long day calling when your voice has not been your best friend today because it's been a little hampered.
Inverted whistle.
Yeah, he just played it down again.
2nd and 7. We'll do it again.
Yep.
Well, it's very good chance as well for the officials, I guess. I mean, in a game which doesn't matter much, the game's pretty much over. It's all right for a little inverted whistle. It's 2nd and 7. Be able to clean that up come playoff time. Saunders again off the edge. Bennett with the catch this time, though. And McShane can't bring him down. Will Bennett still going? This time he's brought down. That's great. And Claude with the last tackle of the game. And the Centurions will finish second officially. 34-8, the final score. A great win for them. Achieved a lot of what they wanted today, Matty C. Maybe not all of what they wanted, but they achieved a lot. And you know who else achieved a lot? James Hedeke with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's already given me the 4 sign. I gave him the big 4 back. He doesn't have time to get me a 5th, sadly, but have a go at that. And I was saying to him before the game, how do you feel? He goes, I feel good. I said, just keep yourself out of harm's way. They'll need you next week. Just concentrate and focus today, and look at him go. Goes and throws up a 4-touchdown receiving performance. Buchanan 5 passing touchdowns on the day. Centurions... clearly the better team today, even though there were periods there where the Gladiators really made them earn it.
So the Wolves and the Centurions finished tied at the top, 7-1-1. But the Wolves' point differential, Matty C, will mean they finished in first place. And they had the tiebreaker as well, head-to-head against the Centurions as well, by point differential again. Pretty good there. Gladiators, unfortunately for them, didn't win any of their 9 games this season. The Stars will go in at third place with the 3-6 record, and they'll face off against the Centurions. Big test for the Stars, Matty C. It's been a great season for them, but they're going up against an outfit who today really proved themselves. And I think this, Matty C, is the type of Centurions performance we've been expected all year.
Yeah, and I think, it really hasn't been that long since we saw Centurions performances like this regularly. Last week really, I think, kind of shook the belief just a little bit, just because of how that game went down. They came out and they drove the ball well on the first drive and then did not look in the game at all after that. A little bit of credit to what the Wolves were doing immediately to disrupt them, but then also a lot of credit to just their discipline, because the Centurions really sort of then lost their own discipline and they were able to keep themselves in the game and go on to rack up quite a lot of scoring. And their defense didn't give up any further points. So I think that kind of shook what we knew about the Centurions. And then to see them come back this week and just go back about business as usual and be their usual really strong selves by putting up a really comprehensive victory today kind of makes you feel like things in this league are right.
Yeah.
The best team is going to the Capital Bowl in first place. I believe that.
Yeah.
It's really close, but I do believe that the Centurions, from what we've seen this season, are the second best team, and they really should have to play off against the third place team to earn their way. Yeah. And I really believe that the third best team all year have been the Stars, and they've been surprisingly good, and they've got nothing to lose next week. They're going to be playing.
They've been the third best.
Like the world's already ended, because the worst result they can get is to lose a game that they already are big underdogs in. So, what if they win it? Like, they've just got no pressure.
Exactly. And look, Matty C, it's going to be interesting. Really, where do we think next week's going to line up? It's the Centurions in second, Wolves in third, and they're second by 4.5 games as well. That's how much ahead they finished of the Stars. They were 4.5 games more. So, really, you're thinking they're a lot closer to the Wolves than the Stars are to them. You'd think the Centurions will get it done, but the Stars have put up some good showings against the Centurions, and that's where we worry. Any given Saturday, Matty C, it could be done.
I mean, you say that, and it's a nice saying to say, well, any given Saturday, but I mean, every game we play here is 48 minutes, and the loser leaves the island from here, and this is why you play the games. You can't just look at it and go, well, this team's just better than that team. Objectively, this team should win.
Yeah.
Someone's going to turn up next week, and they're going to turn it on. Somebody's going to walk away with it. You can say who you think is likely to, but you don't know. You actually don't know.
Yeah.
And even though today the Stars got blown off the paddock a bit, and that they gave up 51 points, part of me thinks that is the Wolves really flexing a muscle.
Yeah.
But also, they admittedly came out saying, well, we don't have everybody because we've actively encouraged some people to rest to make sure they're fine for next week.
Yeah.
So you don't really get to see their best shot today. We know what their best shot looks like. They've really given it to both these 1 and 2 teams in halves of games of football this year.
Yeah.
Never been able to put together a full performance against them because that's really hard to do. But you only have to do it once to upset one from here, because if you're not there for the full 60 minutes, you go home, and the pressure is not going to be on the Stars.
It isn't. And wow, what a season. I'm glad they added this in as well. Great idea for the league to really give the third place team something extra to play for, and hopefully not the last time we see this for a while, because we're losing a team at the end of the season with the Wolves ending up finishing their time in the league. But hopefully we can retain the 4 teams for next year. Hopefully that happens. But if we don't, this is our one playoff game for a while until we get 4 teams again. So it'll be big next week. It's unfortunate we're both going to miss it, Matty C.
Yeah.
I think the Centurions probably should get the job done based on the form we've seen, but I wouldn't count the Stars at all.
No. I think objectively you would like to think that the Centurions have shown they're easily the second best team in this league, and depending on who you ask, maybe they've got a real good case to be the best team in the league. And I don't think that is a wild supposition, but the Stars have really sort of shown that they can be a menace and that they're well coached.
Yeah.
They've got some really good young players who've developed well. And, when you've got the opportunity as the underdog in a big game like that, it's kind of fun how the occasion brings individuals up.
Yeah.
Like, when you give an individual a stage like that,
Yeah.
and you just don't know how they're going to prepare and how they're going to respond, and some people really surprise you.
Yeah.
And it only takes a couple of those to turn the whole result, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to seeing how that works out, and I'm looking forward to watching the coverage of it too here on the YouTube for
Me too.
American Football ACT. So make sure you get yourself set up so you get the notifications for when we go live on this channel, because from here it's all knockouts until we get a winner.
Yeah, and look, the Centurions, too strong today for the Gladiators. Let's see, next week, facing off against the Stars, can the Centurions set up a big battle against the Wolves for the Capital Bowl? Or will it be Stars against the Wolves? We'll find out what happens. We'll find out who gets to the Capital Bowl next week. It'll be an interesting one. Be sure to tune in. Second, first, third, the playoffs next week. American Football ACT. Well, we won't be there next week, Matty, but you'll catch Jake Humphreys and a few of the guys who are going to fill in for us. Shout out to them. Got a tough job, of course. We're a great duo, Matty C. But we're sure they're going to do a great job as well. And look, Matty, from me and you, it's been a great regular season.
It has.
Awesome regular season. We've gone through a lot of games. And unbelievably, Matty C, you've been there for all of the regular season as well. I missed a couple of weeks, but Matty, you've been there for all 9 weeks as well. So 18 games down. We got 2 left.
2 left.
It's going to be an incredible finish. Cannot wait.
Cannot wait. Manjot, you'll catch him at Capture the Flag. You'll be able to find
Also on
that as
YouTube.
well on YouTube. So make sure you catch some of that. That's fantastic. It's a great tournament that's held here in Australia. It's going to be in Brisbane. Catch Manjot there. We'll catch you all next week. Hooroo, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.